Good morning, everyone. I'm just getting set up. Who have we got here? Morning, Boo. Morning, Eva. Morning, Ma. Purple Passion's in the room. Maxine. Shax. Morning, everyone. Hi, Shaz. Right, let me just get set up and get settled in. Come on. Good morning, Shaz. How was your weekend? How was everyone's weekend? Let me pull my sleeves up. The weather was so cold last week that we put all of the heating on, and it's gone a bit warmer now. So this morning I woke up and I was like, it's roasting in our house because we've had the heating on. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. Okay. Do people have pens, paper, coffee? I want this to be a really... Do I want to use my keyboard? Probably not. Let's put that away for now. Let's turn that off and put that away. So for anyone who hasn't seen my email that went out this morning, I have decided to do 5 days of free trainings this week. So I'm going to go live every single day this week at 8:30 in the morning till at least 10 a.m, maybe half 10. Tomorrow will just be 10 because I have client calls from 10:30. And I'm very excited. Today we're going to be doing a kind of general Pinterest masterclass. I'm going to see whether I can do the whole thing, or I might split it into 2 parts and do the second half tomorrow. Just depends on how we go, because we know that I can talk. And then, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm still kind of planning those, but I do definitely want to do one around blogging and writing a blog post and using AI for that. And then I'm wondering if I do one on TikTok, or whether just keywords generally. So if you feel like there's something specific you'd like me to train you on this week, let me know in the comments now. I know some people were also interested in Tailwind, so I'm trying to figure out what are the best things to really, I want this week to almost be like a bit of a highlight. So let me know if there's anything specific that you would like training on. Like I said, today is very kind of general. People who are interested in Pinterest but haven't quite dipped their toes in yet, then today is going to be really good for you. Keyword research for under 1,000 followers on TikTok. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so we can do that maybe towards the end of the week. Maybe I'll do a bit of a keyword general training for everyone. Hi, Alicia. I'm wonderful. How are you? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the masterclass. Nice to see you. Okay, I'm going to turn it around my screen because I have actual slides. So what I've done is I've taken a masterclass that I would normally do when I guest speak for people. So sometimes I go into people's group programs and I do a guest training. So I decided to do that one. Let's see. Let's get it set up. I've got the mug warmer ready. Hi, Boom, you're a newbie? Oh, a newbie in this community or a newbie to Pinterest? I think it sounds like both. Okay, so Alicia, you also kind of want keyword stuff as well. Okay, well, I'll definitely do a keyword training towards the end of this week. Good morning, Pill. Nice to see you. Okay, Boom says both. Brilliant. And don't forget, guys, to double tap the screen if you feel like this is resonating with you, if you're enjoying it. Reshare it if you can so we can get it out to more people. I'd love, love, love to spread the word about Pinterest, about keywords and TikTok as well, but today's really kind of focused on Pinterest. I think there is a little bit of keywords in here for Pinterest, excuse me, but really, really focusing on Pinterest. Okay, let me see if I can get this turned around. Okay. Also, look at that weather outside today. It's one of those lovely, lovely autumn, wintry, sunny days. It's beautiful. Okay. I need to try and get the whole thing in, which can be difficult with the phone like this, but we're gonna go for it. I think some words, some little edges might be cut off, so I'll try and move it around when I can. I need to figure out a way to be able to do this. There is a way to do it with a desktop version, I think, but I'm going to, yeah. Okay, brilliant. Good morning, everyone. Who's like, good morning, Lizel. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the masterclass. Don't forget to double tap, share if you can. Alicia's blog post on how to find a good title and SEO for blog post. Okay, so we'll go through that. I'm going to be sharing about writing blog posts and using AI. I think we might do that on Thursday. So, okay, cool. So yeah, today's going to be mainly Pinterest. Tomorrow probably mainly Pinterest. Then maybe we'll do the blog post and the SEO on Wednesday. Thursday, maybe keywords. Okay, we've got some plans here. Good morning, Jade. Welcome to the live. Nice to see you again. Let me just take a sip of my coffee. So people were asking me about my coffee mug warmer. So this is my coffee warmer. It's from Amazon. And it's really just, you could have cold drinks, warm drinks, hot drinks. I mean, I'm probably going to turn it off for now because it's only just been created, this coffee, so it's very hot, but it's really good. But yeah, people are asking about it. You can just find this on Amazon. They've got some other styles, but like this is the one my husband got me. Okay, let me go back here, take a sip of my coffee. I saw that, you know, Shaz said she had pens and paper ready. Everyone else, grab your pen, grab your paper, or grab your phone to write notes on. Do what you got to do. Get your coffee. Oh, that is a good coffee. That is delicious. Hi, Agnes. Welcome to the live. I'm so excited. Amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Okay. So today, what I wanted to really focus on is using Pinterest I'm kind of going to be giving an overview. So there's definitely part one. If we can do part two today, we will. Part two is sharing specific strategies when it comes to making pins. But then the first half of this presentation, part one, is really just teaching you about Pinterest and how powerful it can be. So I've called it Supercharging Visibility, Leads and Sales with Pinterest, because I really think that Pinterest can do all three of those things. Make you super visible, generate you leads. If I can move this back a little bit further. There we go. Generate you leads and even bring you direct sales as well. I'd say it's super powerful for visibility, fantastic for leads, and direct sales is an addition of it, although sales can also come from the leads that you generate, especially if you're using an email list, which is everything that I'm going to be teaching in PinTalk Academy. Right, let's dive into it. So for those of you who don't know, I'll just do a little intro for anyone who's just turned up here for the first time. I saw boom, you said you're a newbie. I'm Hannah. My business is called Digital Priestess. I am an award-winning blogger, Pinterest pro, keyword queen, anything related to like SEO, I absolutely love. I basically help my clients to get super visible online without having to rely on social media, specifically Instagram. Instead, I use different strategies like Pinterest and SEO and keywords to help my clients to rank in Google, to help them attract customers and clients, get those clicks. And so these are kind of the things that I specialize in. So Pinterest and SEO platforms, and that now includes TikTok. I am moving into teaching TikTok and helping clients with TikTok. I have helped clients with TikTok before, but now that I've really, pushed out my own and my own's going really well, I definitely want to bring that into my product suite. So there's TikTok, blogging. I know inside out. I've been blogging since 2010. I was also an award-winning blogger. I was nominated by Cosmopolitan magazine, was featured in Cosmopolitan magazine. So blogging, I'm very, very comfortable about and talking about. I love it. We'll do a session on that this week. And affiliate marketing as well. Affiliate marketing is something that I think every business is able to do, even if you already sell physical products, or you're selling a service of some kind. You probably still have tools within your business that you use that you could recommend to customers or recommend to clients. So I love helping people to build up their affiliate income. Also, automated systems. I'm very pro automation. I'm very, very pro AI. And again, later this week, I'm going to be showing you how you can write a blog post using AI while still being incredibly authentically you. And obviously passive income and digital products is something I'm obsessed with and I love. And especially since being on TikTok, that's really, really blown up. But I have always used Pinterest for the past 4 years to sell my services and sell digital products as well. So there's a little overview about me. Those of you will know, people who are new here might not be aware of this, but I'll just give a very brief catch up. I broke up with Instagram in the very, very late July this year, and absolutely zero regrets. I'm now on this mission to just prove that you do not need Instagram to market your services to the world. Yes, we're all addicted to it. Yes, we have followers on there and customers on there, and trust me, like, most of my money came from Instagram this time last year, and now I am completely off it. And if you told me a year ago that I wouldn't be on Instagram at all, I would have been like, but what about my business? Like, what's happened to my business? Why aren't I on Instagram? The fact that, like, I had a 6.5k month last month, I'm already experiencing that this month, and we've still got a week to go, is insane. And I really think it's because I pushed away Instagram, put it to one side, forgot about it, and really focused on SEO friendly platforms. And that's really what I want to help you guys do. Let me know in the comments if you're someone that is thinking about moving away from Instagram. Maybe you're not going to be completely breaking up with it or divorcing it, but maybe you're thinking about, okay, 2025, I'm really thinking about moving more towards TikTok or more towards Pinterest. I'd love to know in the comments. The reason that I felt confident doing this is because I know that I can launch a web page, whether it's a sales page or a blog post, and have it ranking in Google within a week. I've gotten my website to that point now that it's able to do that. I can create a blog post and it will be ranking in Google in no time because I know exactly how to do it. I have pins that are years old, Pinterest pins that are 3 years old, that still get thousands of click-throughs to my website every single month. I have one pin that would get maybe 10 times the amount of click-throughs to my website that Instagram could bring me in 1 month with daily posting. So, like, the math wasn't mathing with Instagram. And now I'm even able to get my TikTok videos on page 1 of Google as well. And again, guys, this is all stuff that I'm going to be teaching heavily in PinTok Academy. So for those who are already signed up for PinTok Academy, this will be you. You're going to know exactly how to get a web page in Google. And the more times that you do it, the quicker it will happen. You're also going to be having pins that we get in loads of click-throughs. And we're going to make sure that we get your videos onto page 1 of Google. So if you're not already in PinTok Academy, you can go and check it out via the link in my bio. Also, I've just put this bit here because I think this is really, really important, okay? So consumers go looking for escapism on Instagram, but they go looking for solutions on search engines, okay? When you have a problem, or when you're looking for something, or even when you're looking, not even a problem, you have a desire for something, there's something new that you want. Ooh, like, I want to go and find this, I want to go and find that. You go to a search engine, you go to something like Google or Pinterest, and what more and more people are doing now, especially the younger gen, like Gen Z, is also TikTok, because these platforms have search bars. And for those who were on the masterclass I did last week about optimizing your Pinterest profiles and optimizing your TikTok profiles for 2025, I showed some examples, and it was amazing. I showed some examples of, in fact, I'm just going to do a quickly try and find that now to show you, because I think I think you guys need to see it. It's really, really important. So where is the masterclass I did last week? What was it called? There we go. So I'll just quickly show you guys this. This was the masterclass I did last week. And this is an example, and I'll just zoom in for this. So I took a search term, how to get my baby to sleep, which is just an example from one of my clients who's a sleep coach for mothers, for new mothers. And I put it into Pinterest, and I screenshot it, how to get my baby to sleep. And then the screenshot here shows you all the different things that are related to that search that you could search for. How to get my baby to sleep all night, in his crib, longer, through the night. Like, it's incredible. There's so much information that Pinterest is immediately saying to you, here you go, here's what else is on Pinterest. Do you want to search for one of these? From a keyword perspective, thank you for the follow. Who is that? PS Goes Digital, thank you for the follow. Oh no, sorry, Francesca, that was you. Thank you for the follow, Francesca. So on Pinterest, these would be keywords that you could use. They're sentences. A sleep coach is someone who helps with like mothers who've had new babies, get their babies to sleep. So it's like a baby sleep coach or a toddler sleep coach. So on Pinterest, it's immediately coming up with all of these. It's like, yes, people are already searching for this. Here's all the content. You just select what you want. And from a business perspective, we would now be able to say, okay, well, these are the keywords I need to focus on. Same for TikTok. put in how to get my baby to sleep, loads of content, loads of keyword suggestions, how to get my baby to sleep on their own, sleep earlier, sleep through the night, in her crib. Like there's so much here. When you put it into Instagram, no results found, because it's not a search engine, and it's only when you search on Instagram, you can't type in your problem. You have to kind of just put in specific words, sleep, baby. Now maybe that might work, but it's just not great. And so from a content perspective, thank you for the follow, TikTok by Leah, thank you so much. From a business perspective, we are like, so many people are pouring themselves into creating Instagram content that doesn't get seen by anyone because people are unable to search for it. Your content is unable to show up in search results. And I think the other one that I showed on this was you can search by use as well. So Pinterest, when you do a search, you can see this bit here. You've got all pins, videos, boards, profiles. You can select what you want to search for. There's so much content comes up. It also comes up with these suggestions as well. So the example I gave was personal growth. You've got personal growth, illustration, books, aesthetic, art, motivation, quotes, all kinds. TikTok, when you put in a search term, you've also got it'll give you can select users, and then it's going to recommend users. And as you can see here, there's some people who have quite a few, like 23,000, 13,000, but there's also people in there that are just on 1,300 followers, 4,669, 1,626. So you have a better chance of showing up in Pinterest and TikTok searches, even if you don't have a ton load of followers, because it's based on your keywords. Whereas if we go over to Instagram, when I did the same thing, it only comes up with 3 different suggestions. It came up with just 5 users. That was it, just 5. And I've got no option to go and look at the rest of the users. And 3 out of those 5 had over 50,000 followers. So Googled Me says, don't people just go to Google? Yes, they do. And that's one of the topics that I talk about. When you use Pinterest, your content also ranks on Google. When you use keywords on Pinterest, your content also ranks on Google. So let me just go back to my other screen. Presenter view, there we go. Get this up, which is why I'm able to have a website or blog post literally rank in Google for me now within a week. Like the quickest it's actually been has been something like 40 hours, because I know keywords so well, and because I use Pinterest to get the backlinks to promote, to drive traffic to it. So but you're exactly right, people won't be searching for things on Instagram the way that we would like them to, and the way that people think they are. So that's why here consumers go looking for escapism on Instagram. They're not on Instagram going in the search bar looking for stuff. They're just going to read or watch or scroll by whatever Instagram delivers to them based on the algorithm. But on TikTok and Pinterest and Google, people are looking for specific things, and your content can show up there. So went on a bit of a tangent there. Don't worry, we are talking about Pinterest today. And obviously Google will fall into that as well. So, but I just wanted to get across there the power of discovery kind of search platforms. So Pinterest, TikTok, Google, the power of them, and how that is, people are, when they're searching for a solution, they're not going on Instagram to look for that. Welcome, Life Simplicity. Nice to see you here again. Hi, Sadie. Okay. Oh, this is not going to work for me now. Let me just do a little refresh. I did just want to drop in, guys. I've got my Black Friday stuff is now live. Let me see if this will work now. Yay. Okay, cool. So if anyone who wants to go and learn more about this, kind of go all in, loves doing doesn't necessarily want like live teaching and live mentoring, but you like doing the self-paced stuff, I have my big Black Friday bundle available, which is over £2,000 of value for just $297. So in this, you get Pinterest of Profits 2.0. Beck says, I hate Insta, so thank you. You are welcome. Yes, we're in this community here. We're very anti-Instagram because it's just a time waster. It eats up all your time. It eats up all your energy, and the results are so small in comparison to Pinterest, Google, TikTok, and so on. So for my big Black Friday bundle, we have Pinterest of Profits 2.0, which is like 25 videos, super in-depth, so many resources. You get access to your own content library. There's prompts, there's checklists, all kinds. But what comes with this as well is 6 months support with me inside our Pinterest of Profits 2.0 Telegram group. So this is already itself worth an insane amount of money. You then also get Blogger Bootcamp. This is teaching you in 5 stages how to monetize a blog. So writing blog posts, getting set up with affiliate marketing, even if you are a complete beginner. Thank you for the follow, SJ Raw. Welcome to the community. Happy to have you here. And then there is Freedom Funnel, guys. When this launched earlier in the year, it was over £1,000. And the only way that you can get this now is if you're inside my private mentorship. The Freedom Funnel teaches you how to build a funnel and how you can use Pinterest to promote it. And it's got everything, automation. It's got loads of tutorials. There's checklists in there. Like there's so much. So if anyone is interested in that, you can find it via the link in my bio, available this week only. And it's just called the Big Black Friday Bundle. Like I said, over £2,000 of value for just $297. Let me try and move this back. So go and check that out. Like I said, Pinterest to Profits 2.0 also comes with a whole bunch of support. You get like 6 months support in our Telegram chat, where you can drop in voice notes, text messages anytime that you feel like you need some support or some help or reassurance with something, or you want to check you're doing something right. So Berg Design says, Insta Guru is trying to sell all this viral courses. Pinterest and TikTok, I believe in. Yeah, you know, I completely agree with you. And you know why? Because we can see the evidence ourselves. When you, like one of my Pinterest clients last week, she messaged me, we've just started doing her Pinterest for her. And she messaged me like, oh my gosh, I've already showed up in 5 Google searches and I've already got 1,000 monthly impressions. And that's just after a few days. And I was like, the thing is, we're just getting started. Like that's actually us just getting started. Like it's the tip of the iceberg. We're about to, like, I'm determined to make her so successful on Pinterest. I'm so excited for her. And you don't, even on Instagram, you don't see those quick results, you know? So completely agree. Thank you for the follow. Who's that there? V Cool, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the community. Okay, so why Pinterest? There are 518 million monthly active users, and this is, I've done a lot of these presentations, guys, and that number, I have to keep editing it and changing it, because one of the last times that I ran a masterclass like this, not last time, sorry, when I've previously ran them in the past, so even just this time last year, it was 400 and something, like 400 and something. So the fact that this platform, which is quite a few years old now, is still growing so fast is insane. It has seen a huge rise, move this a little bit closer, with Gen Z in the past few years, and Pinterest actually call this de-aging. So normally when a platform is born, think of Facebook. Facebook came out in 2007, I think. I was in uni. And so it's grown with people like millennials and boomers. I don't really go on Facebook that much anymore. But I don't know that many of the like younger generations or Gen Z, Gen X that would go and spend a lot of time on Facebook, okay? It's kind of grown with the generation that it was born with. Pinterest came out not too long after, and so it's very popular with millennials and boomers. However, Pinterest is de-aging. It's attracting more and more younger people. And so the example that I always give is, my mum is 64 and she will use Pinterest for all their craft stuff. She's very crafty. She makes all kinds, and she'll use Pinterest for that. And then you have my 16-year-old niece who's studying makeup in college. She'll use Pinterest because she wants to go and get, you know, makeup inspiration, find out more about makeup, learn about makeup. And then you have my sister who's 43, I think, and she uses Pinterest for her nail business. So, and I use Pinterest, I've used Pinterest for all kinds, life coaching, EFT tapping, finding spiritual stuff, buying crystals, like so much. So Pinterest is incredible for like every different age group, and there's active users in every different age group as well. Thank you for the follow. I can't see what your name. Thank you for the follow, Kerry. Thank you for the follow, Dominique. Okay, so 95% of its users are looking for something, right? They're looking for something. It's not just a case of, okay, sometimes, yeah, I'll go on Pinterest and scroll. I'll just turn my mug warmer on now. But most of the time, people will actually go onto the Pinterest because they actually want to find something, inspiration, a solution, an idea. Think about, do anyone here actually use Pinterest? Think about the boards that you make. You know, I've obviously got like 3 different business ones, but one of them has private boards on that have nails, hair. When I was planning my wedding back in this time last year, I had a whole wedding board, you know, travel stuff, a bucket list ideas. I've also got a board on there that's business ideas, content ideas. If I see someone who's done something really cool, I'll go and put it into that. So there's so much that you can do on Pinterest, but 95% of us are looking for something when we go on there. That also means that the search bar is used heavily. People will be on Pinterest in that search bar, like I just showed you in that other example with the screenshots, looking for help, trying to find something. People will literally go to Pinterest for resources and help, and your business and your product can show up in those search results. Please double tap if this is landing. Please double tap if this is helping, and drop questions into the chat as well. Just stop because I saw a question come up that I want to go back to. Shaz says, you are definitely the SEO queen. Thank you, Shaz. Are there any types of businesses this doesn't apply to? Does it work for both service and product? Service-based businesses, yep. Product-based businesses, yep. Affiliate marketers, absolutely 100%. I'd say the only business that I'd say it doesn't sometimes work for, but I've changed my mind on this and I'll tell you why, is maybe location-specific businesses. Like maybe my hairdressers wouldn't necessarily go and use Pinterest. That's what I used to think. However, I've changed my mind on that slightly because I think Pinterest, you can use Pinterest to help you rank in Google. So regardless of where your business is, that can help. And then secondly, I think if you have a location specific business, for example, there was a woman on here a few months ago asking me about it. She removes tattoos. She has like a clinic. But I said, you need to make your business so good that people are willing to travel for it. And that way, Pinterest still would be good because you can use it to rank in Google. People will probably still be looking for stuff on searches related to tattoo removal. And we had a masterclass the other week. I did Flowpreneur, and we had some, I think maybe she's on here, I'm not sure. But we had someone that was doing like, wedding stuff and custom made stuff. And a bride had traveled 3 hours to come and get, I think, flowers from her. And I'm like, exactly, that's what it's about. Make your product, or even if you're a location specific, whether you're a hairdresser, a masseuse, a in-person Reiki healer, a wedding designer, whether you're doing wedding dresses, make your product so good and pop on Pinterest that people are like, I need to go and get that. I don't care how far I have to travel. Do you have to pay a lot to Pinterest to show up? No, so this is all organic. You can advertise through Pinterest, but I don't do Pinterest advertising. I'm talking about organic stuff. Thank you for the little like, the little heart. Thank you. Questions, please. Why does my Pinterest show discounts on my item if I did not put the item on sale? Oof, I'm not sure about that, Liesl. I'd reach out to Pinterest for that and see, because there must be something happening with that there, with wherever you sell your products to. Yeah, I reach out to them because that's not right. Okay, any other questions that I've missed? No. Who was it just sent that gift? Thank you, Born Artist. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. Is it Rashmi? Thank you so much. Welcome everyone to the community if you're just joining in. And again, if this is landing for you, if you're enjoying this, please double tap and share if you can. Right. Okay, so this is probably a bit of old data from when I used to do this masterclass. So this is probably, I imagine probably something like 80 now, but I know just for legal reasons, I will claim 50% of USA Pinterest users use the platform to make purchase decisions. People are shopping on Pinterest. This is very, very important because even just seeing, like, I attended their Pinterest Presents this year, which is where like their CEO and their entire team put together this whole presentation. It was very cool. They did this whole 80s theme. It was actually amazing. But they themselves are saying, they want to make this a shoppable platform. They really want to make it not just like we come and look for the inspiration and then we go buy it elsewhere, but they come and look for the inspiration and then they can buy it through Pinterest. So I'd look out for those sorts of changes in the future, where if you sell a physical product and you link it through Pinterest, you might be able to sell it directly on Pinterest. But in the meantime, they're really pushing it as a platform where people go to make purchase decisions. Every single pin has a clickable link. So the things that Instagram will charge for, like, become Meta verified and buy our £400 a month bundle, and then you get, 8 reels that you can have clicks on. Well, every single pin on Pinterest can have a clickable link. You can attach a link to every single pin, even idea pins, regular pins, video pins. So people can directly go through to whatever you're promoting. Pins can last for years. I've got an example I'll show you in a minute, but years, guys. Can you imagine an Instagram post that would last for years? It just doesn't happen unless you happen to go like super, super viral, and even viral Instagram posts eventually die out. But on Pinterest, they keep on growing. So on a Pinterest, whilst the pin might not necessarily, straight away get views and clicks, it will grow over time. It will go up like this. But when it does, it can keep on going viral over and over. And like I said, I've got pins that are 3 years old, some that are 4 years old, that still drive traffic to old blog posts and make me money from a few years ago. It's insane. Follower count is an irrelevant metric. I think this is what people really love about Pinterest. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. It really, really doesn't. You can still, like, an example, I don't think one of my accounts really doesn't have that many followers, and I've made money through it. My brand new Wizard Emporium Pinterest account, that's like my passion project, doesn't have that many followers yet. It's on 50,000 monthly impressions and monthly page views at the moment. Insane. So follower count really isn't as important as it is on other platforms. What's really important is the impressions and the saves that you get and the click-throughs. This is not oversaturated. Now, I know you're probably thinking, what? Because it says up here that there's 518 million monthly active users. But most of them are the users and a small portion is the businesses. So whatever your niche is, what I find that it's actually, especially because I've worked with multiple different niches with my private Pinterest clients, is that it's not that hard to get them ranking on the top of the Pinterest searches because it's not oversaturated. So you don't have to babysit your account and be on the platform 24/7. Do you know what I mean? And yet you can still dominate those searches that your clients put in. Hi, Chinadu, welcome to the live. Thank you for everyone who's following. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Salisa, for the follow. Thank you for Esther for sharing. Again, double tap share it if you can. So happy to have you all here. Okay. It's super easy to repurpose existing content too. So if you're already making Instagram Reels or you're already making TikToks, you can repurpose them to Pinterest using something like repurpose.io, or you could just do it manually if you enjoy that process. But that will also boost it. I mean, imagine your TikTok videos going out onto, or even your Reels, onto Pinterest, but with keywords and clickable links. How powerful would that be for your business if your Reels and TikToks could have clickable links on them to that freebie that you offer, to that blog post, to that sales page, to your Etsy store, to the Shopify? It would be incredible. So I really recommend doing that. Also, what we love about Pinterest, you can use set and forget systems. This is where you can schedule everything for one go in the month. And then, so I use something called Tailwind. They actually have 50% off their annual plans at the moment. If you go to my Stan store, via my profile, you'll see that there is a 50% off for brand new annual plans. Or if you're monthly at the moment, you can upgrade to an annual plan and get it 50% off. It's insane. But basically, I use Tailwind for this stuff. So I use Tailwind to schedule all my pins in one go. So I upload them all in one go. And then Tailwind shuffles them up and puts them out on different days and makes sure I have pins going out every single day. And then I don't need to go back onto it. I don't need to, I could, if I wanted to, I could upload everything in one go on Tailwind and not even go on Pinterest once throughout that month. And yet still it would look to Pinterest like I was pinning every single day. And again, guys, all of that is something that I teach in heavily in Pinterest to Profits and a little bit in Blogger Bootcamp, but it's heavily in this. I teach it all. So both of these programs also cover Pinterest as well, but Pinterest to Profits 2.0, this one here, is insane. And it's just insane. You can upload and schedule so much, and it takes you through it step by step. So if anyone's interested in that bundle. Petra says, I wouldn't want to invest in separate softwares. If I have time, can I be successful without them? So if you didn't want to do Tailwind, I would say, I think it's about what matters to the individual. So I always say, look, you're either going to invest money or you're going to invest your time. Now, there's no right or wrong there. Whichever one works for you, that's fine. If you don't want to invest your money and you're happy to invest your time instead, then absolutely, Petra. So I have a client and she actually just goes onto Pinterest every day and does it daily and pins daily. Like that's how she likes to do. She has a routine that she does every day. So she's just added on 10 minutes each day to go and upload her pins daily. The only issue there is that I'd say that you'll run into if you don't want to invest in Tailwind, which is fine, but yet you can't schedule to multiple boards on Pinterest. So you'd have to manually go and repin them, and that is going to be very time consuming. However, if you're happy to do that, then by all means, yeah, I'd recommend maybe doing like a daily Pinterest strategy or a weekly where you just go and upload everything directly to Pinterest and then spend some time manually repinning them to other boards. Let me see what the other questions were. For digital, oh, was there another question that I missed there? For digital products or even affiliate marketing, it works. Yes, absolutely. So something that I was saying at the beginning, Feeli is whether you are selling services, like I'm a Pinterest manager, for example, I can sell that on there, or a life coach, you could do that. So whether you're selling services or whether you're selling digital products or whether you are wanting to make money through commissions from affiliate marketing, Pinterest is perfect for all those things. And affiliate marketing is really how I started making a big chunk of money on Pinterest for me. So I do kind of all of them. The only thing I don't do is sell physical products, but I sell my services, I sell digital products, I sell digital courses, and I do affiliate marketing as well. Can you see how many that click on your pin statistics? Yeah, I think I've got that coming up next actually. So here we go. So here's just a couple of things I wanted to share in terms of the power of Pinterest. So for me, I have a couple of different accounts. Those who've been following me on here for a while now, you will have seen a couple of different ones. But the main one that I have just can effortlessly now attract 100 to 150,000 monthly views. I think it's on 155,000 at the moment, and I've really not been paying attention to it. It's in the middle of a glow up actually at the moment that I'm trying to film as well, and it's been a bit more time consuming than I thought. I'm basically in the middle of merging two of my Pinterest accounts together and doing an entire kind of like glow up. So because of that, it's gone down to around 155,000 monthly views, I think, but it was a few weeks ago up at like 190,000 views. And again, that's with me not really trying, because I've just been consistent with it for the past 4 years. I've generated thousands. I work in pounds now, but up until a few months ago, I was doing dollars, but generated thousands of dollars in digital product sales and affiliate income. And I've mastered the art of using Pinterest to drive significant revenue. And I've achieved up to 143,000 monthly search and impressions. That means that basically in the space of 30 days, I have been in 143,000 Google search results. And that's just in the space of 30 days. I think for the past 12 months, it's like 1.4 million Google searches that I've shown up in. Something like that. It's insane. So I've dominated Google rankings, and I've done this for a lot of my affiliate marketing blog posts. I've made myself number one on Google, and then I've earned like, over $2,000 in 1 month from one blog post. It's insane. I think I have another example here of, then there's got some client wins as well. So a client recently had a 9,000 cash month selling 3 of her high ticket products without social media, but they all found her on Google. She has actually also recently had someone come to her directly from Pinterest as well. Another client had a 2,000 cash day signing a client who found her on Google. I've had clients that are fairly new to it within 6 months are showing up in 1,800 Google searches in a 28-day period. I've had a client that was just dominated her niche on Pinterest, started ranking at the top, and she basically took some time away from Pinterest, didn't post, and then still got 100,000 monthly views on her page because, again, keywords, SEO, like it works for you even without you being on Pinterest. Another client has secured 12 major brand partnerships or affiliate brand partnerships within first 6 months. And that's just from being able to show her Pinterest data to potential partners and being like, look, if you want to work with me, here's what I can do. And we got her to on page 1 of Google. Ranking number 1 on Google, knocking competitors off. So this was the same client from here. So within 6 months, we got one of her blog posts ranking number 1 on Google, and it knocked off people like British GQ, Trustpilot, Amazon, Evening Standard, like insane. And then just from a few people who've gone through Pinterest to profits here. So Laura, she basically went from like 2,000 to 50,000 monthly views on her Pinterest. Harmesh, her views went up 300% when she started Pinterest to profits. And then Sarami said this worth its weight in gold. And guys, don't forget the Black Friday bundle is in my bio if you do want to go and check that out and have a look at it. So we've got some stats here. Someone was asking about stats. I'll go through this now, but let me just go through these questions that I've had. Agnes asked one. What did Agnes say? Let me scroll back up. Will Pinterest penalize me for not having links? No, you don't need to have links on if you don't have links, that's fine. I'd say if you don't have links, I think it's a missed opportunity, but no, you won't be penalized at all. You don't have to have links on your Pinterest pins now. Thank you for the follow. It's me. Thank you for the follow, Soph. Okay, so MPLO Digital says, my goodness, thank God I came across this. Want to have Pinterest as well, but I'm confused how it works. Please teach me. Oh, well, you are definitely in the right place. going to be teaching it over this next 2 days, and then I've got masterclasses every day this week, guys, basically starting at 8:30 in the morning till around 10ish, maybe 11. So please stick around because I'm going to be teaching a lot. Can you link directly to Amazon and pins? So technically you can. If you do that, I would recommend that you use the short link and the long link, not the short link. So for Amazon affiliates, you'll know this. You can either have a short link or a long link. Use the long link. Short links are seen as spam. However, I would, I've just started a passion project, and it's a Harry Potter themed Pinterest account called Wizard Emporium that I'm trying to monetize through Amazon. However, I quickly, upon my research, found that Amazon doesn't like it when you drive a lot of traffic from Pinterest. Why? I don't know. I can't figure that out. But a lot of people that I saw said they got their Amazon account taken away from them. So I created a blog. I'm still linking to Amazon, but I only want my Amazon links to be like maybe 5 to 10% of the links on there. So, and what I did instead was I created a blog. So you can technically do it, but I wouldn't recommend having all your links be Amazon links. I'd try and set up a blog if you can, because that'll be really helpful for you. Okay, any other questions that I've missed? I tried Tailwind. Is it just 5 posts per month if it's free? Yes. So the free version is only 5 pins per month, which is minuscule. You need so much more. So I have the unlimited version, but you can also get the next one, which is 400. 400 would be a good place to start if you want to put like Pinterest pins out. 400 pins probably works out at around, what's that, like 11, 12 per day, which is a good amount of pins to go out every day. Whereas when you're doing 5, that's nowhere near enough. So I kind of think the free version isn't the best. If you just want to go and play around with it, get the free version, and then you can always upgrade afterwards. But isn't Pinterest banning accounts with affiliate links? No, there's a big misconception. If you just spam your Pinterest account with spammy affiliate links, then yes. But no, Pinterest wants you to have affiliate links up there. It works with a lot of content creators. It works with a lot of affiliate marketers. So it's, if you were to just go up and spam, so I've seen someone, for example, that was putting Amazon links up there. They were using the short link, and every single one was just spam, spam, spam. There was no thought into the keywords, into the titles, into the descriptions. They keyword dumping. Sentences didn't flow. The images were low quality. If you're going to do that, then first of all, yeah, Pinterest will penalize you. But second of all, who's going to click on those pins if they're not showing up in searches, if they don't look good? Like, I think this is where there's a big confusion around affiliate marketing. I've been an affiliate marketer for a very long time, and I've been blogging since, like I said, 2010. And so I think in recent years, with the whole make money online, people think that all you need to do is grab an affiliate link, post it somewhere like Pinterest, and you'll make money. And there's not. You need to make sure you're doing keyword research. You need to make sure you're solving a problem. You need to make sure your pins look good, and you're using an affiliate link that isn't super spammy. And when you have short links, Pinterest sees them as spam. So for anyone who's an affiliate marketer and you're using something like Amazon, make sure that you get the long link and not a short link. Okay. Let's talk about Pinterest as a visual search engine, right? So unlike other platforms, Pinterest basically functions exactly like a search engine, making your content discoverable long after you post them. This is a pin I did in, I'm going to say 2022, something like that. That every January I get a massive spike in, because it's people love to pay me for my services. It also linked to a blog post. And it's very apt for like January time. So this is it growing over time. So I think this was when I, unfortunately on Pinterest, you can't get data back from more than 6 months. So this was a screenshot that I will have taken like last year, I think. So it published it in early 2022. It went viral in 2023 again, and then again in 2024. So this is taken from last year, I think. So this starts around September. So it was, last September, it probably gone viral again in the past, but then September it's doing okay, and then it starts to build up, and then that's January. But that's January like 2 years after I published it. So can you see? It says impressions. This was impressions for the 6 months at the time that I was able to do this. 137,228 impressions there. Zoom in so you can see that I'm being 100% honest with you. So these stats, like your pin could essentially die down again and then poof, go viral again. And this, especially if you have things that are seasonal, if you had something that's related to love, it's probably going to see a spike in January and February. If you have Christmas stuff going out, you're going to see that spike in November, December. And it doesn't need to be just seasonal stuff. It could be that it's summer related. It could be that maybe you sell digital products for teachers and you sell like planning templates, in which case August, September, they're going to go through the roof, probably January again. One of my clients is a sobriety coach. And so, when it comes to Christmas and January, again, stats through the roof because she's helping people who want to go either sober for Christmas or sober in January and do dry January. So think as well about seasons when you're using Pinterest. Let me just see if I miss any other questions. Hi, if I'm selling a service for music production and also promoting songs on one channel, is that okay? Yes, we're thinking if it all sits under one umbrella. So for example, in a D, if you were doing music production stuff and promoting songs, that's fine. But if you're doing music production and then like beauty or car stuff, I don't know whether those two would go together. So I think as long as all the different things that you're selling kind of fit under one umbrella, then it's fine. Thank you for the follow, Marianne's Kitchen. Thank you for the follow, Lucy Jane. Do you take custom Pinterest collabs that groups based versus one-on-one? Pinterest collabs. I'm not sure what you mean, Alicia. Do you take custom Pinterest collaborations that's group based versus one-on-one? Oh, do you mean Pinterest customers, like clients? So I think that's what you mean. So I do group stuff. I'm doing Pinterest Academy, which launches in January, but you can get it 40% off on the Black Friday deal now. That's a live 3-month program. It's called Pinterest Academy. That's group. But I also do Pinterest management as well. And yeah, if you wanted to book a one-off, one-to-one call, you need to DM me about that. I think that's what you meant. Ryle says, recommend where to buy a domain name for your blog. Oh, where did I buy my Wizard Emporium one? I can't even remember now. Where did I buy that from? I have to pause for a second because it's going to bother me if I don't remember it. That's going to come back to me. I'll have to have a look. Oh, Bluehost. Sorry, Bluehost is where I get my domains from. Nina, what is the best way to get paid on Pinterest? I mean, it really depends on what you want to do. If you want to, I think one of the these days, I'm not going to say easy, but most straightforward way is through selling digital products. That can be a great way. And I think affiliate marketing. However, if you want to start your own business, whatever you're passionate about, do that and then use Pinterest to drive traffic to it. Thank you for the follow. Who is that? Theatrical Baby. Thank you for the follow. Amazing. Am I up to date with questions? Tailwind allows 200 pins per month on the Pro plan, $14.99, or $1,024.99 on the Advanced. Perfect. Thank you, Rosie, for clarifying that. Wonderful. So I think there's one up from that, but because I have unlimited, but that's because I work almost like an agency and I have clients on there, and that one's I think $34.99. But I think the 1,000 one is the perfect one because 1,000 pins is plenty. Thank you for sharing that, Rosie. How does this drive traffic to your sales? I think I might have some pin examples on here, so I'll show you with that. Yeah. Nice, you teach how to use Tailwind. Yeah, so for anyone who's interested in the Black Friday, I teach Tailwind in detail in Pinterest to Profits 2.0, and you can grab it today for just $297, all of this. However, if you are wanting me to actually teach you, I'll be going through that in Pinterest Academy, which kicks off in January, but you can get a spot, you can secure a spot today for 40% off. And that's like an intense 3-month program with me as your mentor. You actually get access to me as your mentor for the next 6 weeks as well when you sign up through the because you'll get like a bonus. So really recommend that for anyone that's wanting to go all in with learning Pinterest, TikTok, email marketing, SEO, and basically this time next year have a business that has systems running in the background for you, bringing in traffic, click-throughs, clients, customers, cash. Is it better to post videos or pictures on Pinterest for social? I think pictures do better, but if you can repurpose your TikToks or Reels, you're onto a winner. Right, okay. So here's what you need to know in terms of Pinterest as a visual search engine. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. How's everyone doing? Thank you for the follow, Sarah. Don't forget to double tap, share this if you can. I want to get more people knowing about this because it's incredible. Pinterest is a gold mine of customers, clients, cash. It's incredible. Hi, Fever. Nice to see you again. Sorry, Demi. I always call you Fever, but it's Demi, isn't it? Hi, Demi. Welcome to the live. Okay, so guys, here's what you need to know about Pinterest as a visual search engine, because that's what it is. It's not a social media platform. It's a visual search engine. In fact, did I finish those bits on and did I say that? Yeah, it's not a social media platform. It's a visual search engine. So people go on there and type in things like their problems or their desires, what they're looking for, and then visual stuff pops up. So here's what you need to know to make it work best for you. Keywords. You need to use relevant keywords in your pin titles. Make sure you write this down. Okay, it's very, very important. If you have the pen and paper that I recommended you grab, write this down now. Keywords need to be in your pin titles, your pin descriptions, your boards. And for boards, it needs to be board title and board description as well. So the more optimized your content is, the higher in search results. And when people are always like, what does optimize mean? Optimize means, well, yeah, your content is in the best place that it can be to show up in searches. It's an optimal piece of content for that search. Think about when Google and Pinterest, in fact, let me just give a tiny little mini training on this. When you type your problem or your desire into Google, Pinterest, what is it you're looking for? In literally 0 point something crazy milliseconds, Pinterest and Google have these things called, well, Google definitely has these things called spiders that trawl the internet for the best piece of content that can answer the problem. They're looking for the best answer to the question that someone has asked in Pinterest or Google. So within seconds, like less than seconds, like 0 point something crazy milliseconds, it's scanned all of the content and it's going to put the one at the top that is the most optimal, that is the most relevant to what that person has asked. And that's where your keywords come in. And I'm going to do a little keywords mini training in a second. Here's what else you need to know. Visual content matters. Visual content matters. Don't just stick up a crappy image, okay? It's a visual search engine. So having some crappy image, some grainy, blurry or rubbish image won't pop or won't stand out. So think about on Google, it's different. On Google, you put in something, you type in something, and it's going to give you like a list of all the best solutions. But on Pinterest, it's visual. It's literally visual. So you need to make sure that your pin in this sea of other visions stands out, shows that you have the answer, is what they're looking for, and really pops. So I'd say if you're using images, high quality images, the Pinterest algorithm literally favors content that continues to be relevant to giving your visuals a longer lifespan, and your pins need to be visually appealing and informative to stand out in a sea of content. Now, if you're a product-based businesses, that does mean that, yes, obviously you're probably going to have a picture of your product, but what if you could also mix it up with graphics as well, with text on the screen that also tells them what they're looking for, that you have it. Okay, any other questions? Beck says, I'm not doing blogging, but TikTok and want to do Pinterest. Which course is the best? So you're not doing, so the Black Friday bundle that I was talking about here, Blogger Bootcamp is included, but it's not just for bloggers. It's like a Blogger Bootcamp is included in that bundle. It's perfect if you want to start like a website or a blog and monetize it. But if you are wanting to grow on TikTok and Pinterest, then I'd recommend PinTok Academy, which you can learn more about via the link in my bio. PinTok Academy, we go live in January. It's a 3-month live in-depth program with me. I'm teaching you everything Pinterest, everything TikTok, everything email marketing, SEO, automated systems. It's going to be insane, and you can secure a spot at the moment for 40% off for Black Friday. So you can get a 40% off when you sign up today via the link in my bio. So Beck, that might be good for you to go and check out. If you go and click on the link, there's a whole sales page that tells you everything about what you get in there and all the bonuses available as well. Okay. Pinterest as a visual search engine. Here's why we love Pinterest as a visual search engine, right? We get increased visibility. At the beginning of this, sorry, someone was calling me. Let's go back to the masterclass. Let me just see if I can put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. So we get increased visibility, right? Higher search rankings ensure your content reaches a wide audience. Now, if you're putting all of your energy into Instagram at the moment, then all of you're basically putting all of your time and energy into creating content that dies. Okay, it dies very quickly. If you want to be visible and you're only using Instagram, you will have to work every single day to make sure that you stay visible. Case in point, I left Instagram at the end of July. This doesn't tell you how, please start scamming people. Okay. I left Instagram at the end of July, and I have to go back on there occasionally just to check in to see if any leads have come into my inbox. And honestly, because I haven't been active on Instagram in 4 months now, none, nada, nothing. I might occasionally go in there and see that I've got like 1 or 2 likes, but my content on Instagram is died out already. Like, I'm old news. Whereas my content on Pinterest, and even TikTok, by the way, as well, my content on Pinterest, she's not scamming people. So just a heads up as well, I did say at the beginning of this that this is in 2 parts. I might do the second part today, I might not, but we do have a section that is strategies for using this. So just me, when you're saying stop scamming people, what I like to do when I do presentations is give everyone all the information. So a lot of people on this are very new to Pinterest and don't fully understand how it works. So before I tell you the strategies, I'm going to tell you how it works. If I just go straight into strategies, people who don't really know much about Pinterest, it's not going to make sense to them. Okay. So people who've worked with me, especially the people who've worked with me in these past few weeks and past few months, will know that if anything, I massively over deliver. Who here was in Flowpreneur with me 2 weeks ago? We did Flowpreneur. We went hard on strategy. I'm talking like 9 voice notes per day. Every voice note was like 5 to 15 minutes long, where I delivered so much strategy. If who's in here is on Pinterest for Profits 2.0 will know that I massively over deliver. There is 25 in-depth videos there. Pale says no scam, it actually works. Please don't be disrespectful. So guys, when it comes to the haters, just remember, I actually don't normally interact with them that much, but I just feel with this one, I've obviously triggered them somehow. And by the way, when people get triggered, it's a them issue, it's not a you issue. So I know this isn't about me, it's about them and maybe some things that they've got going on in their personal lives at the moment. Maybe they're having some issues and they're struggling, or maybe they've been scammed before, which I completely understand. So we're going to just scroll on by and not worry about them. And I'm actually just going to send that person some love at the moment, because with whatever's going on in their life, they clearly maybe need some support. That I don't think this is the right place for that support. This is very much Pinterest teaching strategy, and I think they need a different type of support. So I'm just going to send them some nice love their way. But I appreciate all of you for for fighting my corner, but thank you so much. But yeah, I don't normally interact with them, but I also thought that was actually relevant, because I am going to have some more strategy stuff coming up. So and also, by the way, when it's a free resource, it's impossible to scam people because it's free. This is free. So I haven't taken any money off anyone to be in this program. To be on this live. So thank you so much, Petra, for saying that. She says you're amazing. Shaz says you always teach us the right way. You're welcome. And I actually, like, I was in I've had a couple of hates on the past few weeks. And it's like they've just suddenly popped up. And I was talking to my mentorship group yesterday, and I was saying, I must be, this is, when you start to rise up, people want to bring you down. So I'm going to see this as a sign of success. But yeah, I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow, Nana. And D says, I have learnt loads and just looking at TikTok, all free, no scam. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I'm not being paid right now to do this. It's completely free. And yes, obviously, I'm going to sell to you. We have our little Black Friday deal. If anyone wants to go and check it out, I'm going to sell to you. But at the same time, I'm offering a free service, and that's part of it. And this is also what I'm going to be teaching in Pintalk Academy, is soft selling. Keep going, Hannah. You are the best. Hannah, you are the best for your community. You know that. Oh, thank you. Great positive attitude. Oh, thank you all for the lovely comments. I really appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Motherhood says you're probably getting some pushback because you're growing. Yeah, exactly. Well said. Thank you for the follow, Ikran. Just leave them be. You're doing great. Thank you, Just Visionary. And this is the first time I've come across you. Really interesting in learning. Thank you. Gina says, I'll be going live for the first time soon. Thanks for demonstrating grace and heart. Yes, exactly. And you know what? Like, I've been triggered by people before. I haven't ever left hate or said anything negative, but I've been triggered by people. And normally when you're triggered by someone, it's an opportunity to look at like, why am I triggered? And it's normally because they're doing something I want to do, or they have something I have, or they're being someone that I want to be. so I can learn from that. Like the mentor that I have at the moment used to trigger me massively. And in the end, I was like, I'm just going to hire her and work with her so that I can learn from her. Right, okay. Let's crack on then. So brand awareness, obviously, then lead generation and sales. You can massively generate leads and sales from Pinterest. It's an amazing platform to do that. And like I said before, it's also great for repurposing. Repurposing TikToks, Reels, they all get a much longer lifespan. Charles says, people only complain about small businesses selling, not larger businesses. I know, right? People don't like it when us, small people go and put something out and create something in the world. It really does trigger some people. Liza says, I've learned so much from you. Your kindness and sharing this probably triggers them. Yes, probably. Thank you for saying that, Liza. Thank you. Okay, so I just want to have a look at how a pinner uses Pinterest versus a business. So pinner's perspective, this is what your ideal client's doing, right? I don't care what kind of ideal client you have. You've all got completely different customers, but this is the truth of the matter. Your Pinterest, sorry, let me move that forward. Your customer is going on there for discovery and inspiration, okay? Pinners use Pinterest to explore ideas, get inspired, and plan projects or purchases. They're using it to search and save. So they're saving pins and either to come back to you later or to click through. They may be saving things for specific topics. Thank you for the follow, Anna. And they're organising their interests. They're organising them into different boards that reflect their personal interests, hobbies, or needs. So this is what they can do, right? They can view a pin on the feed. So if they just see a pin, that counts as an impression. If they click on the pin, so click to view it or enlarge in it, that is classed as a pin click. If they save that pin to a board, that is technically pinning. And if they click through, that's called an outbound click. So how does this work for us as a business? So from a business perspective, we're there for brand visibility. We want content distribution. We want to get out our content and get it into search results. And then we're there for mainly really lead generation and sales. And this is how these work for us. So Pinterest page view will rank us higher. So so remember before I just said this is impressions. If they view it on their feed, it's seen as an impression. So the more times you get your content into the feeds, the more impressions it gets, and that can rank it higher. We can use it for direct website traffic. We can have people literally click a pin and go directly to our websites. It's great for email signups. If you have a freebie and you want to get people onto your email list, Pinterest is perfect for it. You can have purchases and direct sales, and perfect for evergreen content or physical products. Increase Google rankings, and that counts as sales as well. So if you are wanting to get in Google, you can get sales through Google. I have an EFT tapping ebook. It's not even related to my niche anymore, but that still gets me. Purchases, and they always come through Google. And also building authority. Guys, when was the last time that you went onto Google and typed something in and you went past page 1? We normally go for those first few results that pop up on Google. And when you use Pinterest, it can help you to rank in Google because it takes the keywords that you've put in and and Google will search Pinterest as well. So if you have a competitor and you think, oh, well, they're doing so much better than me on Instagram because they've got 100,000 followers and I've only got 100 followers. That's fine on Instagram. Maybe they will win on Instagram. But if your ideal client is going into Google or going into Pinterest, even just Google and searching for answers, and you come up on that first page, but the person who's on Instagram with 100,000 followers is on page 10, who do you think is the authority there? You've just by being on that first page of Google shows that you are an authority in your niche, that you know what you're talking about. And I think there's just a lot that comes with ranking page 1 on Google. Okay, so let's talk now about how to get started. So we're going to go more into some of the strategies now. And specifically optimization. Like I said, I do have some bits, but I don't know whether we'll have time for it today. In fact, 9:37, we might be able to do it today. So Pinterest setup. Let's talk about keywords first of all, because this is one of the most important parts of Pinterest. And thank you for the follow, Minimal Branding. Welcome to the community. Joe says, this is so helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for that comment, and just thank you for all the love today, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, Minimal Branding Studio. Welcome to the community. So keywords, let's do a little keywords mini training, okay? Because I think that what a lot of people think about keywords is that it's a singular word, right? So let me zoom in on this one, okay? Because I feel like it's very, very important. And if you have a pen and paper, I think this is the stuff that you want to write down. We have short tail keywords and long tail keywords, right? And these are two very different things. Short tail keywords is going to be something like this. It's either 1 or 2 words, maybe max 3. And It might be things like, if you're a yoga teacher, yoga teacher. If you're a life coach, life coach. If you're doing a blog post on like a free AI tool, it might be free AI tool. So those are short tail keywords, and that's where a lot of people get confused, because they're like, oh, so my keywords are yoga, or my keyword is coaching, or my keyword is crystal. And I get it. If you don't know keywords, it's easy to assume that, right? But actually, you want to think about long tail keywords, and these are phrases, like sentences and phrases that consist of usually 6 to 10 words and are much more specific. By the way, guys, this is very important and normally something that's in all my paid trainings. And obviously this is something that I'll be teaching really heavily in Pinterest Academy. It's also something I teach heavily in Blogger Bootcamp and Pinterest to Profits 2.0, which you can grab in the Black Friday bundle today. But this isn't normally something I teach free a lot, because it's like gold. Knowing this can completely change your business. Because when you stop going from using just those singular 1 or 2 keywords and you start using a sentence or a phrase instead, you start showing up for that sentence or phrase. So I've got some examples here based on these. So rather than yoga teacher, maybe you have a specific blog post or a specific product or a specific service that's for pregnant women, in which case your keyword might be something like how to do a downward dog whilst pregnant, because that's what your ideal client might be searching for. Yeah, Shaz says, I've always been taught keywords the wrong way by others. I'm glad I learned the right way with you. So Shaz and I had a one-to-one together, didn't we, last week, and it was mind-blowing when we looked into Shaz's keywords and we saw that there is a content gap, and a content gap is where people are searching for things but there's not enough content to fill it. And so I did some keyword research on a call with Shaz, and we did a one-to-one call, and oh my gosh, Shaz, it was mind-blowing, wasn't it? And I'm so excited for you, because once we figured out what those keywords were, and sometimes it can just be simple sentences, you know, a couple of words, 4, 5. But once we figured out what they were, we were like, oh my gosh, you're going to blow up. This is insane. Thank you for the follow, Jamie. Thank you for the follow, Laura H. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the team. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot of this, I'd recommend it. Either write it down or take a screenshot, because at any time you're thinking about like, oh, what's my keyword? Come back to this. Because again, for life coach, and this is, guys, for anyone who doesn't know my background, before I was doing what I was doing now, like I've always worked in marketing, but between the years of 2019 and 2022, my whole career was life coaching. I worked for Jay Shetty. I worked for his coaching school. I had clients, students. I was teaching coaching. I was lots of coaching. And something that I learned very quickly, and I learned this from Pinterest, was that people aren't looking for a life coach. Okay, people aren't looking for coaches. If you're a coach on this call, let me know. I'd love to drop in the comments. I'd love to know. But people aren't looking for coaches. People are looking for answers to their solutions, right? And so how I initially blew up on Pinterest was, rather than me creating a load of Pinterest pins and pin content that was just around like, here's why you need a life coach, and oh, Jean says, yep, career coach here. So when I started on Pinterest, rather than me just doing like, here's why you need a life coach and hire me if you want a life coach and all of that, I created blog posts and Pinterest pins that were talking about the problem that my ideal client was having. And my ideal client wanted to quit her, back then, she wanted to quit her 9 to 5 and become self-employed or go on a new adventure. So I created blog posts that were like how I quit my 9 to 5 and moved to Bali and became a coach. And the keyword there was like how to quit your 9 to 5 or how to quit my 9 to 5. That blog post blew up. It brought me loads of discovery calls just from that blog post. I did loads of other blog posts about like, I was doing a lot more of like spiritual stuff then. So I did blog posts about like the number 9, what is the real meaning of the number 911? And that was a blog post that I did. And that was the keyword, what is the real meaning of 911? Something like that. That blog post blew up. So I wasn't creating blog posts about coaching. I was creating blog posts about the problem. And then in the blog post, or I was creating pins about the problem that would link to the blog post. And then in the blog post, that's when I'd be like, do you want to book a call with me? Because I can help you with this. And I'd have a call to action in there. So for example, the life coach, rather than just using life coach as a keyword, this could be a keyword, how to set goals I can actually stick to. So your keyword, the best way to think about it is, think about, what is my ideal client struggling with? What is my ideal client typing into Google right now? What is my ideal client searching for? And then that's what you create content around, and then that's what you create Pinterest pins around. And if you don't have a blog, by the way, the blog was just an example, you could have it go into a sales page, you could have it go into a TikTok video. The link, it doesn't matter. You can have it driving traffic to a lead magnet, a freebie, your email list, but you would use this as the keyword. For example, how to set goals I can actually stick to, and then maybe you're linking it to a goal setting bundle that you have on your stand store or on your website, and you could pin pins to that. Therefore, people would type into Pinterest or to Google how to set goals I can actually stick to, and your content can come at the top with this incredible bundle. Or maybe it is a blog post, or maybe it directs them back to a TikTok video where you've talked about this, and in the TikTok video you have a call to action to work with you. So think about the problems or desires that your ideal client has. Another example, this is one I actually did for a client. So rather than just free AI tool, which is so broad. And guys, again, just to reiterate, the reason that you wouldn't want to use these is if you type them in any of these into Google or Pinterest, you are going to be at the bottom of the pile. You need to get specific. It's oversaturated massively on Google and Pinterest for these. But the more specific that you get, the easier it'll be for you. So for my client, rather than just doing a free AI tool, because she was actually a career coach as well, we did, which is the best free AI tool for CV writing? She then created a blog post, or we created a blog post for her that was, this was the keyword. We had that several times in the content. That was the title. And then in there, she shared the best free AI tool for CV writing, but then she also offered a link to book a call with her if you wanted to get some feedback for your CV. And then on that call, she upsold people into career coaching. So can you see, is this landing? Are people understanding what I'm saying? Because I know sometimes keywords, for me, it's very easy, but I know sometimes it can be complicated. Is this making sense? You don't want to go for the obvious singular small keywords. You want to go for the sentences and questions that people might type into Google or Pinterest if they need help. Okay, Just Vision says yes. Brilliant. Thank you, Malzina, for the follow. Welcome to the community. Gina says, such a relevant example for me. Hopefully others too. Thank you. Okay, I'm so glad. So glad. Pale says, making so much sense. Yeah, so you just need to think about what your ideal client is typing into Google, and then that will help you to think about, okay, that's where I need to start with keyword research, and then go away and do some keyword research. Yeah, Elise says yes. Brilliant. Okay, so let's talk about optimizing your Pinterest profile. So you want to move back so you can see all of this. There are some pictures there. And don't forget, guys, Black Friday bundle. So you want to make sure, thank you, Faye, for the follow. You want to make sure that you have what it is you do, or your brand, or something in your title. So by the way, maybe take a screenshot as well for this, or write it down. But this is essentially like, again, this is stuff that you normally have to get paid, that I offer in my bundles and courses, or when you work with me. But you want to make sure you have like your title or something within your header. So I've got an example here. This is my client, Brandy. She's the one who just had a $9,000 month. So for her, we've got Psychic Medium Development, because that's what she does. Psychic Medium Development Training by Brandy Van. And by the way, Psychic Medium Development Training is one of her keywords. So can you see, like, it's quite long. It's not. And here we go. Here's I've actually changed that now, but an example. This is my one that I've just started recently with an Emporium. It's so crazy. Who was here when I started this? Because look at that. That was only 7 weeks ago, 3.3 thousand monthly views. Guys, it's now on 50. It's now on 50,000, which is insane. So I've got my name of my brand, Wizard Emporium, and then I've got Harry Potter Aesthetic, Decor and Memorabilia. Harry Potter Aesthetic being a keyword there. So is Harry Potter Decor and Harry Potter Memorabilia. So you want to make sure that you have your title in there. You want to share like what it is that you do within your bio, and nothing cute. Get to the point. Let me just see these questions. I was a social media manager and totally lost my passion. I'm totally starting over. Thanks for this. Okay, so Chelsea, if you're a social media manager, I would recommend adding Pinterest into your offers. Now, Pinterest management is not quite a lot of work, but you do need to learn Pinterest. But what I think for social media managers, a lot of them are missing a trick. You could probably charge a couple £100 a month or maybe more to repurpose people's content to Pinterest. That way, you don't need to do the entire of social media, but you could just do keyword research for them. Use something like repurpose.io to automatically repurpose their reels and TikToks to Pinterest. add in the keywords, and you can 10x their views from this. You could drive so much more traffic to their website. So for any social media managers, I recommend offering a repurposed to social media package as some sort of bonus in your packages. Eddie says, thank you so much for this, very much needed. You're welcome, Eddie. Agnes says, this is so me, the same story, ready to enjoy it. Oh, I'm so glad. That's so good. Okay, Charlotte has a good question. So if your business name doesn't include the actual niche, how would you put this in for Pinterest? So you could just put in, so Pinterest has been a bit funny recently because I tried to change my name recently and it kept saying you need your business name in there. So I would say you can also just put in like the statement. So if people were looking for how to set goals, you could put in how to set goals, Charlotte, like, you know, something like that. Like you use one of these lines. So you don't have to put your business name in there if you don't want to. I think it can be good to. But you don't have to. You can just put keywords in there if you want. Thank you for the follow, Plum Pudding. Me, it's moving fast. How's the blog doing? Yeah, so I need to just visionary. Thank you for that. For the Wizard Emporium, I do need to get back into the blog. I haven't done anything on it. I haven't done anything on this account in about 4 weeks, and yet I have blog posts appearing in Google, traffic from Pinterest, over 50,000 monthly page views and over 100 click-throughs from Pinterest in a 30-day period. And I've done nothing in 4 weeks. This is the power of Pinterest, and this is the power of keywords. But you need both of those. You need Pinterest set up and optimized, and you need keywords. So let's get back to this because I'm excited for everyone. I'm really excited that everyone else is excited. This is going to be amazing for you. Okay, so going back to getting started. So add your title. It doesn't need to be your title, but add what you do or your keywords into your name or header. When I say your title, I'm more thinking about explain to people what you do. They need to see that when they come to your profile, oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So it doesn't need to be your business name, because if your business name is quite cutesy, that might not be relevant. So maybe leave out the name if it's not super relevant. So share what it is that you do within your bio. And again, nothing cute, and get to the point in keywords. Pinterest is not a place for cutesy humor like dog mom that does this. Pinterest is a place for keywords. Put it in there. I might show you mine in a minute. Mine's in the middle of a glow up at the moment, but I'll show you it. Make sure your profile picture is clear, okay? Clear. No grainy images or low-res images. Either if you're a service-based business, I really recommend a headshot. If you are not a service-based business and you're more products or you're a faceless account, just use your logo, but make it clear. Upload a header image. This actually also should be a clear image, and it's a great place to have a call to action. So for my client, we've got get you a free 90-minute psychic development class. And then for it's my old one, but it says done for you Pinterest. And then I've got a link, like the URL written down. It's not clickable. People can't click it, but even if they can see the URL, they might try and type it into their browser to go into that call to action. It's just more space for visibility and an opportunity to put people into your freebies or to get people to your website. So claim your website, because this will add a clickable link to your profile, which optimizes it. So if you don't claim your website, Pinterest won't penalize you, but your stuff won't be pushed out as much. Whereas when you claim your website, so you can see here, you've got this brandyvan.com. You can tell this is old because it was before I had the blog. I've got my Amazon shop, which obviously again didn't do as well. I've noticed that obviously since I've claimed my website in there, I'm getting so many more views. So you want to make sure you claim your website, and you can do this by going to edit your profile, and there's a section called claimed accounts, and you can claim your website and claim other things like your YouTube and things like that. Okay, Pinterest board optimization. So if you're brand new to Pinterest, I'd recommend setting up an absolute minimum of 10 boards. I know that sounds like a lot, but you do want to have a lot of boards on there. You want to make your Pinterest page like an amazing place for your ideal customer to go and browse and look through. So having 1 or 2 boards, people might even just click away from it as soon as they see it. But having loads of boards will make them scroll, and the longer they spend on your page, the better, okay? So go and create like 10 boards to get you started. And again, consider your keyword research. What is your client searching for? Or what are they looking for on Google? Then add long tail keywords to both the board titles and the board descriptions. Write board descriptions that read well. Don't just dump a list of keywords. So what a lot of people will do is just find their keywords and then dump them in a list into the board description. And you actually need, and this actually goes for everything in keywords, whether it's on a website page, whether it's in TikTok caption, whether it's in a Pinterest pin description, description, especially board description, your keywords should never just be dumped. You want them to flow in a sentence. So just go in, like, let's say you're a social media manager, just go in social media, Instagram, TikTok, social media development, social media management. Like, Pinterest can see that you just keyword dumped. So can Google, so can TikTok, they can see that. Whereas if you have a sentence that flows, welcome to this board featuring everything social media management, from Instagram tips to TikTok tips to like social media growth strategies. We've got everything social media management covered. Like, that's a board description, and that's got so many different keywords in there. Social media management, social media growth strategies, tips, Instagram, TikTok, like there's loads of different words in there. So make it flow like someone could read it out loud and it would make sense, and they wouldn't just sound like a robot reading off keywords. Let me know if this is landing for you, and let me just go through the questions. I did have Pinterest to, let me see, where's that gone? I did have, you've got Pinterest profits, but haven't been able to start it properly yet. Charlotte, get on that. If you've got it, go take that action. Charlotte, break it up into each module. Each module in Pinterest to Profits 2.0 comes with a checklist. So maybe just go on to module 1, print off the checklist and be like, right, for the next month, all I need to just do is just go through this checklist and watch these videos and make sure that by the end of December, I can just tick off this full checklist. That's what I'd recommend that you do. Shaq says, you're brilliant. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Shax. Oh, thank you for the, oh my God, I didn't see the gift. Charlotte, thank you for the gift. How did I miss that? Thank you so much. That means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. Chelsea says, thank you. So I'd create a pin board for them, make content, and then traffic links elsewhere. Yeah, so you create a board, then you create pins to put on the board, and the pins can have links to wherever you're trying to drive traffic. Oh, sorry, this is for the social media one, wasn't it? So you would create, a Pinterest profile for them, or they might already have one, but go and create a Pinterest profile for them. Make sure it's optimized with this. And then once a month, go and repurpose all of their reels and TikToks onto Pinterest boards for them. That's what I'd recommend. You can set up repurpose.io to do it for them, but you need to make sure you need to like get the permission from them to do that and link up their account. Shaw says, that's good to know. Thank you. Beck says, what's the difference between Pinterest to Profits and Pinterest Academy? So there's Pinterest to Profits 2.0 and then there's PinTok Academy. Pinterest to Profits 2.0 is what you can get as part of the Black Friday bundle today for $297. It's a really in-depth self-paced program. So it's completely self-paced, although you do get access to 6 months Telegram access support where you can drop in voice notes and messages. But Pinterest to Profits 2.0 is a very in-depth self-paced study. So I'm not involved in it. It's all pre-recorded. It's got tons of resources and like I said, loads of videos to watch. PinTok Academy is a program that we're launching in January, although you can get a spot now for 40% off. It's launching in January. It comes with a whole ton of bonuses, but PinTok Academy is Pinterest and TikTok and keywords and SEO and email marketing. It's so much in one. In fact, let me just see if I can bring it up on the page here just quickly since I've got a question about it. Just see if this will quickly load. So the link is in my bio to this page I'm about to show you, which is being very, very slow. But PinTech Academy is basically, if you're ready to step off the Instagram treadmill and say hello to anti-algorithm marketing, it's let me go down to what it's actually covering. It's what I'm teaching all the strategies that in the past few months have helped me go from a 1,200 month to 6,500. So it's basically covering Pinterest and TikTok. Okay, it's if you want high quality leads, if you want to rank on Google, have an engaged community as well. So I'd say that this is the part that isn't really included too much on Pinterest to Profits 2.0. Pinterest to Profits 2.0 is purely Pinterest, Google with a little bit of blogging. PinTok Academy is Pinterest, Google, a bit of blogging, TikTok. There's absolutely loads. So you can have a look at this page, but I'll just take you through to this bit. So in January, it's all about setup from Pinterest to TikTok, supercharging your visibility and engagement. We're doing SEO, keyword research, ranking on Google. And then in month 2, which is February, it's very much content creation, lead generation. So TikTok, going live on TikTok, creating TikTok content, creating Pinterest pins, creating lead magnets. These are freebies that you give out for free. And then you collect someone's email email address, and then you can sell to them afterwards. So lead magnet and email marketing will be a huge part of this. And then that's really heavily covered in month 3, which is in March. So in month 3, it's really sales and email marketing. Also doing blogs and SEO and keywords as well, but really focusing on taking someone from a stranger on the internet into being like a loyal customer. So that's everything that is Pintalk Academy. There's also some Black Friday bonuses at the moment. So if you sign up now, you'll actually automatically go into my private mentorship group, The Collective, where we do bi-weekly coaching, do audio drops. There's a community chat as well. And so if you're interested in something like Pinterest to Profits 2.0, but you're also thinking about Pintalk Academy, when you join The Collective, you actually get access to all of my programs for the next 6 weeks. So Blogger Bootcamp, Pinterest to Profits 2.0, Freedom Funnel. So you'll also get an exclusive invite to a call that I'm doing at the end of December, where we're all going to sit down together and plan our goals and financial goals as well. You get my financial spreadsheet template as well. There's pay in full bonuses as well, but if you can't pay in full, then there is payment plans available. So the pay in full is $1,800, and then you've got 3 different options for payment plans that you can start now. And that's, we go live with this in January, but from December, it's going to cost $2,997 to enroll. So you're saving massively when you sign up now. You're basically saving 40%. So like I said, it's weekly calls as well. So you get weekly calls with me. You'll get lifetime access to all of the resources, all of the programs, all of the courses, modules, everything. So go and check that out via the link in my bio. If you, however, don't want to do that and you just want to learn Pinterest and blogging and things like that, you're much more of a self-paced person, you don't really need the live training or you don't need the live calls with me, then the Black Friday bundle might be better. This is over $2,000 of value for just $297 today. Okay, hope that answered the question. Let me get back down to where were we? Optimization. There we go. Okay, let's see. Got some questions here as well. Can I start with test-based nutrition and business, or do I have to choose? I'd try and recommend one. You can do what I'm doing, which is change it over, but it can be difficult to change niches. So I'd recommend separate ones for them, unless it was like test-based nutrition and nutrition business. So if the business is nutrition based, like for like you're helping nutritionists grow their business, then that would definitely fit in with that whole niche. And then it's kind of like test-based nutrition and helping nutritionists with their business, and that might work. Thank you for the follow, Maya. But if they're very separate, like it's nutrition and food and health, and then it's business separately, I'd keep them separate. Eddie says, for a fashion influencer, what profile picture is suitable? I'd say for a fashion influencer, if you're happy showing your face, and I'd show yourself. Thank you for the follow, Jane. Amazing. Minimal Branding Studio says, when I'm creating the 10 boards, does it need to always be my own content? No. So you want to use your boards to fill it with your content and other people's content. That's a massive misconception about Pinterest, that we need to be pinning, that we need to just be putting like, because I have like 15 pins going out every day, and I recommend having at least 10 to 15 going out every day. And everyone, when I say that, everyone thinks that I mean you need to create 15 pins to go out every day, but you don't. Of the 15 pins I have going out every day, there's probably about 3 to 5 that are mine. The rest are other people's that I repin. And then the rest are repurposed social media content, like my TikToks basically. So I'm not actually creating 15 pins to go out every day. I'm creating around, like small, it works out like 3 to 5 per day. And I use templates as well, so it makes the process a lot easier. For anyone who's wanting to dip their toes into Pinterest but isn't quite ready to commit to a big program, the Get Paid on Pinterest bundle is £19, and that includes Canva templates for anyone that wants some templates. Okay, let's see where we're up to. Okay, so this is also a good one to take a screenshot of. I'll just try and zoom out so you can see it all. This is also a good one to get a screenshot of, because this kind of really sums up everything that you want to be doing every month on Pinterest. Now, it looks like a lot, but it's really not once you get into the hang of it. For the social media manager, Chelsea, this could also be good for you, just so you can see what you can do for them. You won't need to do all of this if you don't want to, but it could be good. Oh yeah, Shaz says, I found the checklist really helpful. Yes, there you go, Charlotte. So definitely look at the checklist. I did that specifically because Pinterest to Profits 2.0 was originally called Pinterest to Profits Academy. And then I remade it this year. And one of the things the feedback that I got was that it can sometimes be a bit overwhelming. So I broke it down into the modules, and every module has a checklist. So before you move on to the next module, you can look at the checklist and go, right, have I done this? And you'll also be getting checklists in PinTalk Academy as well. Of course, I just love my checklists. Lizel says created. Oh, did I miss first part of the question there? Pins I create, saved, pin that I share from Etsy website. Do I understand that correctly? Created is pins that you've uploaded and created. Saved is other people's pins that you've saved. Does that make sense? So it's best to think of it as fresh pins and repins. So fresh pins is pins that you've created and that you've posted that are yours. Repins are similar to save, basically the same as saves. Repins are other people's pins that you've pinned, or maybe even pins that were once upon a time fresh, but now you've repinned them. Oh, Shaz, I'm just seeing that. Can you do a checklist of PinTalk? Yes, so because Shaz is coming into PinTalk, very excited. So for those who are in PinTalk, yes, don't worry, we'll be doing checklists for you as well. Right, okay, monthly Pinterest activity. This is everything that you need to do. So you want to make sure that every month you are creating pins or gathering pins. And the reason I say gather is because it might be that you're just, for example, for Chelsea, the social media manager, taking pins, taking like social media posts that you're going to repin. But basically you want to create pins or gather pins, right? And upload visually appealing problem solving pins. And they can link to so many more things than this, but blog posts, sales pages, podcasts, YouTube, affiliate links. There could also be Etsy pages, Shopify, TikTok videos. Like you can pin it, you can link to whatever you feel you need to link to, whatever's beneficial for you. So consider repurposing social media videos by using something like repurpose.io. So if you don't want to spend time on Canva or use templates to create pins, or you're just doing it for a client, you could just use repurpose.io to automatically repurpose pins to Pinterest for you. What I recommend is uploading them in one sitting. So I know that I think someone was saying earlier they don't want to do that. You can do it daily or weekly if you want to, or go do it directly onto Pinterest. But this is what I recommend. Getting set up with Tailwind and uploading everything in one go. This will make your life so much easier. So yes, you do have to pay. I think as Rosie said, it's between $24 and $99 a month to $34 a month. Or pay on the annual one for Black Friday this week. There's a link in my bio. If you pay for an annual subscription, you'll get 50% off. But you do that all in one go. It also has Tailwind Create. So if you're not a fan of creating pins and you don't really want to spend all your time on Canva creating pins and stuff, you can use Tailwind Create. It's their AI, and Tailwind Create will make the pins for you. You just need to go and put in like what the title is, the link, maybe choose some images, although you can also use their stock images, and then it will basically create hundreds and hundreds of designs of pins, and you just go through and select the ones that you want. So Tailwind is absolutely worth the money, because you're not only going to be able to schedule pins, but you could also use Tailwind Create if you want. You're going to schedule all in one go to multiple boards. So let's say I upload 5 pins, but all 5 of those pins are going to go on 10 boards each. I've not uploaded 5 pins, I've actually uploaded 50. That's the power of Tailwind. And I'm definitely going to do a training on Tailwind, I think, this week for one of the masterclasses. But that's the power of Tailwind. It's insane. It's incredible. So repin, you want to make sure that you're repinning other people's content too. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to be in Pinterest manually repinning, although you can. I've been doing that, I was doing that with my Harry Potter one, just on the app in the evenings. If I was sat there with a cup of tea after our dinner with my husband, I would maybe just go on and repin and some other pins to my boards. But you can also use Tailwind to do this. And if you go to the playlist on my TikTok profile, I have a playlist called Pinterest tutorials, and in there, one or two of the tutorials is showing you how to do this. But basically, you can use the Tailwind to repin hundreds of pins that are related to your niche in literally minutes, well, seconds even. I could do it in seconds. The only reason it maybe takes more than seconds is because Tailwind can be a bit clunky, but it's incredible. So you need to do that every month, and then just checking in with your analytics. I'd maybe once a month go in and check and see which pins are doing well. The earlier you are with this, like if you're new to this could take a while because Pinterest can be a bit of a slow burner, but it's still good information to see which pins are getting views and click-throughs. So just a recap, this is your monthly activity. Create the pins, upload the pins, schedule them to multiple boards, repin other people's pins, and check your analytics. That's it. And if you wanted to, you could do this all in one day, and then you wouldn't have to do anything for the rest of the month, which is insane. Now let's look at what you do not need to be doing, which is why Pinterest can be a breath of fresh air for so many, especially if you are so used to Instagram, where you have to be so active. And for those who don't know, and again, I'll be teaching a lot of this in PinTok Academy, I'm obviously on TikTok, and I'm going to be active this week because I'm doing 5 masterclasses, but I don't post daily on TikTok. I refuse to post daily. And instead, I just use a keyword strategy, which is what I'm teaching in PinTok Academy, how you can use keywords to show up in searches and so you don't have to post daily. So it's the same with Pinterest. It's a breath of fresh air for people because you don't need to film stories. You don't have to use hashtags. You don't need to sell to people in the DMs or try and convince people to buy from you. There's a direct link they can click. You don't need to say to people, go to the link in my bio. Every pin has a clickable link. You don't need to comment on other people's content or be on the app every day. Now, the reason I put these in brackets is because some people do like to do that anyway. Like in the 4 years that I've been doing Pinterest, and I've had like millions upon millions of views now on Pinterest, thousands of click-throughs. I get over 2,000 click-throughs every single month from just one of my accounts. And I do not comment on other people's content, and I don't go on the app every day. However, you can if you want to, because from what I've found, especially since joining the Harry Potter content creator world on Pinterest, is that people love to comment on that sort of stuff now. So sometimes I'll respond to them, but you don't have to do that. Whereas I know on Instagram, that's part of your strategy, isn't it? It's like you have to, as soon as you post, you've got to go comment on people's content, and it just feels very ingenuine and not right. So you don't need to do that with Pinterest. You can use set and forget systems, which is the tailwind system that I'm talking about, which is perfect. Okay, let me just check the questions. See what I've missed. How many fresh pins a day? So I recommend fresh pins like 2 to 5 minimum per day. 2 to 5 minimum per day. Again, you can use Tailwind Create, you can use Canva templates, you can repurpose social media. So all of those things would count as fresh pins. So I know it seems like a lot, but when you're using templates, you can duplicate the template and just tweak each one. Debbie says, is Tailwind just for Pinterest? No, so you can use Tailwind for Instagram and Facebook. I don't really recommend it for social media. I mean, I've only used it once for Instagram and I didn't really like it, but I know that you can use it for Facebook and Instagram too if you wanted to. So if you were paying for that like $34 or $24 a month, you would be able to use it for its other services as well. Hi, Joe. Thank you for the follow, Maraki. Can you explain how does blogging work on Pinterest? So on Pinterest, you create a Pinterest pin as almost like a little mini advertisement to your blog post. And then the pin would tell the pinner what the blog post is about. And then they would click the pin or click the link on the pin and be taken to your blog post. Joe, go and check out my video that I did recently called Dangling the Carrot Method. And I talked about how you can dangle the carrot to get people to click through to your content. And then in terms of how you would monetize that, you can monetize a blog through, I think, something like having Google Ads on there where you rent out your space, which is something that I do on mine, or through affiliate marketing, or you could sell your own digital products. Thank you for the follow, Amelia Jane. That's what I want to do. Just get it done in one big batch. Exactly. That's what this is great for. So, and that's what I like. It's incredible. Being able to go and sit down, do it all in bulk and knowing that it's done is amazing. This is also why I love being a Pinterest manager, because the hardest part of being a Pinterest manager is the initial setup. I set up my client's profile, I optimize it, I do all the keyword research. Like that's the most time consuming part. But once I've done that as a Pinterest manager, my main job is going creating all the pins, uploading them, repinning, and I can do it all in one go. Obviously, I'll go in then frequently check in with my clients' profiles, probably more than my own, go in and check in it's okay, see what's doing well, see what's not doing well. But ultimately, it's amazing because you can just do these things in bulk and it's so good versus I did dabble in social media management for a while and I hated how much time I had to spend on other people's Instagram accounts. I didn't enjoy it at all. I was like, no, this is not for me. I didn't last long as a social media manager. I like my time and I like my freedom, and social media didn't bring me any of those, especially social media management. So that's why I feel like for social media managers, I feel bad for social media managers because I know that you have to constantly have the algorithm updates, and there's so much, and every time you feel like you've got a good strategy for the algorithm, Instagram go and change it again. Whereas that's why I recommend for social media managers adding in a bit of a Pinterest package, because then you'll always be able to deliver the results. Even if you're like, okay, well, Instagram wasn't great this month, but look what we did on Pinterest. So I recommend it for social media managers. Okay, what time are we on? I'm wondering if we do have time to go through part 2. How are people for time? Would you rather I did this tomorrow, or do we do it now? So part 2 is this: strategies to boost your visibility, leads, and sales with Pinterest. So I'm going through actual the pins themselves and going through the strategies. I'm just wondering whether we just do that tomorrow and whether we just do a bit of a Q&A right now. I think I'll save that for tomorrow, actually, because yeah, now's good. Everyone's like, now. Okay. So Joe says, with Pinterest, they are very particular on hashtags. How do you find the right hashtags? Don't use hashtags on Pinterest. You don't need them. Did I put that on this? So you don't use hashtags. You don't need to use hashtags on Pinterest. They're spammy. Pinterest doesn't need them. Your keywords is strong enough. And I know what you're thinking, because I know that we've been lied to by the likes of Instagram, who've also said, oh, we SEO keywords. And then you do a post without hashtags on Instagram and it dies a death. Oh dear, my finger's clicking. But on Pinterest, you really do not need hashtags. I'm promising now, not only have I got 3 of my own Pinterest accounts that haven't ever used a hashtag. I never use hashtag on my clients and they do really well. You don't need to use hashtags. It's a breath of fresh air. Now. Okay, so everyone wants me to go through this now. Okay, cool. I'll find something else for us to do a masterclass on tomorrow then. And we'll do this today. Again, double tap if you're enjoying this. Please share it if you can. Oh, hi, Bev. How long do you expect it to take for pins or blogs to appear on Google? If you've never appeared on Google before, then you're looking at around 3 months. And as long as you've done the keyword research right, around 3 months. Pins might not necessarily rank on Google, or they can in the images, but I'd probably say the same, around 3 months. If you're brand new to it, yeah, 3 months. If you've done it a while and you already started showing Pinterest, it can be a lot quicker. Like I was saying at the beginning of this live, for me now, it can be like maybe a week, if not less. But I'd say maybe like 3 months if you're brand new to it. What time do you usually do your lives? 8:30. So I normally go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 till around 10, 11. This week I'm going every day. I'm going to do free masterclasses every day this week. Anne Marie says, if you started a page but never posted, should I create a new page? No. Pinterest is not like Instagram, where like you've on this time limit. And no, if you've got a page and it's completely inactive, if you went and optimized it with that list that I just showed you, if you went and go and did all that, put the keywords in, get the right cover image, get the right profile, get a nice bio, you'll start seeing activity on it. If you obviously have to start pinning as well, but you should start seeing activity on it. You're welcome, Bev. I'm looking forward to our call tomorrow. So tomorrow's masterclass will definitely be a shorter one. I'm going to finish at 10 tomorrow because I have a call with Bev. We have a call at 10:30. So I'm very excited for that. Can we get this PowerPoint via email? Unfortunately not, no. This is a private PowerPoint. It's something that I normally take through like I go and do guest speaking and stuff in it. It's not something that I'm selling or making available. But I am contemplating putting this replay on YouTube. So let me know if anyone would like me to do that. How does the algorithm on Pinterest work? It's a combination of so as a pinner, when you go on Pinterest, everyone will have seen it normally asks you like what your interests are, and you breeze over that, whatever. But when you start typing things into the search bar on Pinterest and looking for stuff and clicking on pins, every time Pinterest is collecting that data about you. So you'll probably see that if you were to go and search for something on Pinterest now, or click on a pin that's, let's say, was like nails, something nail related, pretty much instantly, if you go back to your home feed, you're going to start being shown nail content. So the algorithm works entirely on searches and keywords and content that you've previously engaged with. That is why the follower count is irrelevant. Because if let's say, who asked me that question? Let's see. That question. So Joe, you asked that question, right, Joe? Let's say I go onto your profile, or I go and see a pin that you've done. I do a search. One of your pins comes up, Joe, and I click on it, right? Even if I don't save it, but I've clicked on it, and I don't follow you, I just click on it, look at it, okay, maybe click through, and that's that. Pinterest will now show me more of your pins because I engaged with your pin. So I don't need to follow you to have your content in my feed. And that's why follow count doesn't really matter, because Pinterest isn't showing you content that you follow. It will, obviously, if you follow someone, it's going to show you their content, but it's not basing that on the sole reason that you need to see content. It's basing it on what you've engaged with, what you've clicked on, what you spent a long time looking at, and what you've searched for. The main one being what you searched for. It's going to show you more stuff. So if I start searching for pink wedding dresses, you know, like, which is very specific, like pink wedding dresses, it's going to start showing me not only wedding dresses, but specifically pink wedding dresses, regardless of what account they're from. So it's very different to something like Instagram, where Instagram obviously will show you stuff that you engage with, but it's also going to push out the bigger content creators and people that you are already following. You kind of almost have to follow. Yes, please, to the replay of YouTube. Signing up for your YouTube now. Amazing, yeah. So my YouTube handle is, my name is just Digital Priestess on there. And so, yeah, okay, I'll put this replay on this afternoon then if people want to come back to it. Maybe I'll try and do that. I don't know if I'll do it every day this week, but I'll definitely do it for this one then. Do hashtags do any harm to your pins or just make no difference? I've been adding them. I would recommend stopping to add them. I wouldn't say it's not harming them, but it's not going to be doing you any good. So going forward, I wouldn't have any hashtags on there. Okay, right. I'm going to take you through 5 strategies to boost your visibility, leads, and sales. And this is very focused on actual Pinterest pins. So let's look at the first one. So something that you can do to grow your visibility and sales is create an email list and use Pinterest pins to grow your email list, okay? So use your clients' pain points and desires to attract attention. And these are the types of pins that are great for outbound clicks, so people actually clicking through. So something that can be good to do is offer like something free, aka your lead magnet. Make sure that you create like visually engaging pins that grab their attention, add keywords, and also dangle the carrot. I always say about like dangling the carrot. I've got a video on that I did recently that people seem to really had a positive reaction. Link those pins to your powerful lead magnet and then watch your email flourish and nurture. So let me just give you some examples of what I mean. So this is a really great example of dangling the carrot. This is one that I did for a client of mine. She is a business coach. And so something that she is really known for is helping her clients to reach £10,000 months, right? But with people who don't want to do live launches all the time. Like her ideal client's kind of like problem is that they want to be a coach, they want to make £10,000 a month, but they don't want to do live launching. They don't want to be on Instagram all the time launching stuff. So we did keyword research, and how to make 10K a month as a coach was mainly her keyword. So how to make £10,000 a month as a coach without live launching. This is a good example of dangling the carrot. If someone wants to know all of that and they want the answer, they have to click the pin and then go through to what was a blog post. In that blog post, she had an opportunity to join her email list and basically come into her free course. So that's an example of like dangling the carrot. Here's one that I did earlier this year, passive income ideas for coaches. So passive income ideas for coaches was a keyword for mine. And then you've got watch the masterclass. So watch the masterclass is basically showing that there's like a free I probably should have put the word free there, but there's a free masterclass available for them if they click through onto this pin. So again, and that I use that to grow my email list. It's a free masterclass, but they're going to have the email list. They're going to join my email list on there. And then this was another one I did for a client, how to discover your psychic ability, explore the realm of intuitive knowing. Again, it's kind of like, if you want to know what your psychic ability is, you're going to have to click the pin. And then she also had a free masterclass that people could sign up for if they gave her an email address. So using Pinterest is a really great way, and it's probably one of the main ways that I've used it to grow my email list. If you create a pin on Pinterest, can you share it to other social platforms? The pins have watermark logo. Nope, there's no watermark logo. And if you make a pin, it's more likely that you're going to make it in something like Canva. Or even if you make it on Tailwind Create, you could download it afterwards. But no, there's no watermarks. So I think Pinterest pins can actually be good to share into stories. I don't know whether they'd work as Reels or TikToks because they're quite graphic-y. But you can always share it in your stories. I think it'd be a great place to share it is like Instagram stories or TikTok stories. Is there a way to finding out what type of pin design does best? Oh, thank you for the rose. Thank you, Bev. So look at your analytics. If you go to your analytics, Bev, and go and look by, organize the pins by top impressions and top click-throughs, then you'll be able to see, and top saves, you'll be able to see which ones are doing best. Yeah. And don't forget to double tap, guys, if you're enjoying this, or share it if you can. I really appreciate all of you being here. I love doing this. I'm loving doing these free masterclasses. I'm excited for the rest of the week. I'm going to be live every day this week at 8:30 in the morning. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be popping off at 10 though, because me and Bev have our one-to-one call, which I'm super excited about. Okay, so that was the first one. Use Pinterest to grow your email list. And even if you're a physical product selling and you're selling physical products, you can use, I'd have an email list because it's so important, and use Pinterest as your main way of driving traffic to your email list. I'd create a freebie. And again, this is everything that I'm going to be teaching in PinTalk Academy. PinTalk Academy is basically a huge part of it, is me teaching you this, how to use Pinterest and TikTok to get people into your email list. And in your email list, that's where you can sell to them. And why do we sell to people on our email? Because we can't control whether people see our TikTok or Instagrams or not. We don't know if our ideal client will even open Instagram that day. And if it does open Instagram, we cannot control if it gets seen, because the Instagram algorithm is horrible. Whereas, what do people check every single day? In fact, what do people check first thing in the morning normally? Emails. People go on the emails every day, if not a couple of times a day. And it's so valuable for you to be able to show up in their email. And because they've already signed up for a freebie with you, this isn't like, I'm going to annoy them. No, they've already signed up for something. So you know they're already warm. They're a warm lead. They're already interested in what you have to offer. And so in PinTalk Academy, which is going live from January, but you can sign up today for 40% off. This is everything I'm teaching. Like, it encompasses everything about this, using Pinterest and TikTok to get people into your email list. And obviously direct selling as well on Pinterest and TikTok, but really for this as well. Okay. So number 2 is use infographic pins to become a credible authority in your niche. This will massively boost your visibility. But if you don't know what infographics are, they're pins like these where there's like a lot of information on the screen. So what does your ideal client want to know? Sorry, just in this question. It's hi, do you pay to sign up, or how does it work? For Pinterest, you mean? For Pinterest is free. It's completely free. And this is all organic as well. I'm not talking about ads. Or I didn't know whether you meant one of my programs, in which case you can go to the link in my bio to see everything that you need about that. Joe says, do you have a specific Pinterest training? So there's the Black Friday bundle at the moment, which is obviously got Pinterest for Profits 2.0 in it. Or like I said, there's PinTalk Academy starting in January. The best way to go and have a look at everything that I offer is to go to the link in my bio, and you'll find everything that you need there. So for this, you want to think about, what does your ideal client want to know? What do they want to learn? What do they want help with? And then you can use actually Canva infographic templates, or just their Pinterest pin templates, to create pins that contain a lot of information like these. These are just some examples that contain a lot of information. You want to make sure that when you upload it, it's keyword heavy, so that your pin title and descriptions have keywords in. Now, these pins might not get as many click-throughs because you're kind of already giving a lot of the information to them on the screen, so they might not need to click through, but they're really good for getting loads of impressions, loads of saves, for going viral, and they can help you build credibility and authority in your niche. So these are really, really good. However, if you do want to boost your click-throughs, you could do something like this. How to create this is what I did for a client, how to create a coaching package for ready to buy clients. But at the bottom it says tap the pin for part 2. Now, what actually would be a better thing to do is, if you have like 10 steps or 10 tips, is to give half of them on there, and then say for the other 5, tap the pin. Because that's going to encourage people to tap through. So if you want to put a lot of information on there, but again, dangle the carrot, maybe don't give them all the information, have them click the pin for the next parts. So they're really, really good for, excuse me, as I said, getting saves and impressions and basically going viral. So whilst they might not get as many click-throughs to your offers or to your services or to your website, they're really good for just getting people onto your content, onto your page, going viral. And again, like I was saying to Joe earlier as an example, if someone maybe clicks on this but doesn't follow me or doesn't click through to my content, but they've clicked this and this was my pin, Pinterest is going to show me more of my pins. It's going to show them more of my pins. Does that make sense? Is this making sense what I'm saying? Let me know that this is landing. Just drop a yes into the chat, because it's not about followers, it's about interacting and engaging with content. So if people engage with my pin, but they don't click through or they don't follow me, Pinterest is going to see that they clicked on it. So it's going to show them more of my pins. So that's why these can be really good for boosting your visibility. Yes, yes, yes. Brilliant. Okay, just sip my coffee. Number 3, repurpose your social media videos to drive traffic to your sales pages or wherever else. Might not be sales pages, could be blog posts, whatever. But I've been able to like 60 times my views on my videos. Let me show you what I mean. Will these kinds of pictures work for product businesses? Yeah. So sorry, just going back to that. If you're a product-based business, how I would do this is like 10 ways that you can use, like let's say you had bath salts, you were selling bath salts, right? I'd be like 10 results from using, and then whatever your bath salts are, Himalayan bath salts, right? And then I put in there like all the benefits of it. So this is, if you've got a product-based business, you're selling a product, this could be a really good example of a place to share the benefits of using your product. So Shaz, I'm just thinking of you, Shaz, with your crystals and your crystal jewelry. You could put like 10 shocking results from wearing a rose quartz bracelet, right? And then you could put in there what those 10 shocking results are. And maybe you'd put 5 in there and then say tap the pin for the other 5. So that's an example one. An example of something that you could do. So if you've got a product-based business, I'd use this to think about the results. She's like, oh, love that idea. Yeah. So create infographics that are like, basically, this is why you want to do it. This is why you want to use my products. You're so good at this stuff, says Bev. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that everyone's finding this helpful. Thank you for the follow, Joey. Welcome to the team. Right, so repurpose. Right, making some today, says Bev. Brilliant. Yes. Oh my God, that's what I love to see. That is what I love to see. I love to see people taking action instantly. How would I pin for mugs I sell? I think obviously high quality images could be good for you, but I would do things like, is there anything specifically special about your mugs? What kind of mugs do you sell? If you tell me a bit more about that, I'll give you some ideas. Thank you for the follow, Resin. Shaz says, you're so good. You make it easy for us to understand. Oh, thank you, Shaz. That's so lovely. Joey says, thanks. You're welcome, Joey. Okay, so you want to repurpose social media videos to drive traffic to sales pages or blog posts or whatever it is. And let me just show you an example. I've got one here. So this was one that I did back on Instagram. And this was my results from 12 months of Instagram. So in an entire year, it got less than 1,000 plays, 55 likes. It did get some good comments, 26 comments and 5 saves. Meh, not great. But it literally went viral. Not viral. No, it did actually. I feel like this is a that's 12 months of data on Pinterest, but I pulled this data when I was making this masterclass. This is quite old. This is probably from 2021 or 2022. So I only pulled this data like last year. And so that's 12 months of data when it's probably about a year or two old. But I remember when this video first went out, it had like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of pin clicks. It was insane. So it like the data speaks for itself. Like that's Instagram, that's Pinterest after a year, at least a year after it was published. Like insane. Oh, sorry, 2 years after it was published. Like insane. So repurposing your social media content, especially like videos, reels and TikToks, can do so well. So there's two options that you can do this. You can pay for repurpose.io to do it for you. And if you wanted to, you could have it manually do it, although I'd still recommend going in and adding your keywords. And that's $25 per month, but you can link up everything to that. So I have my TikToks go automatically without the watermark into a Google Drive, and then I manually upload them to Pinterest or to Tailwind. If you wanted to, you could have repurpose.io just automatically take your Instagram Reels or TikToks over onto Pinterest. But I recommend putting in a part, like going in and adding keywords. Or these are free services. You can use Snap Insta.app for Instagram or Snap Tick.app. And these will basically download the videos for free without the watermark. But obviously that requires a bit more manual work. It's still not too bad. I used to do it before I discovered repurpose.io. And it was maybe like 2 hours for the whole job of downloading every video. Well, actually, I was downloading like a lot of videos then, but If you're not posting daily, it wouldn't be too bad, but that's something. And then what you can do is you can add links to the videos that you were unable to add a link to in social media. So obviously on Instagram, you can't add a link to a sales page, but you can add links to sales page, booking forms, applications, blog posts, homepage, Etsy, Shopify, YouTube videos, everything. Jean says, I've created loads of videos for TikTok, so when I get restarted on Pinterest, I'll look into this. Yes, definitely do. Okay, so the mugs are dog-related, different dog breeds. Okay, so for you, Liz, what I would do is I would make if you're selling mugs that are related to dogs, I would create content that isn't just about mugs, but that is about dogs. So going back to this example, I would create something fun and cute, like what your dog's breed really says about you, right? Then I would put pictures of each of the mugs with the dog on. So rather just a picture of the dog, use a picture of the mug with the dog on, and then just something simple and funny, like, Yorkshire Terrier equals, and then something funny about the owners of Yorkshire Terriers. And then I'd have a call to action on the pin that is like, order your custom dog mug now, or something like that. But I'd make it dog related, and then make the mug almost like the second part of it, if that makes sense. I'd still have pins that are going out that are like mugs with dogs on, but I'd be a bit creative. And what you want to do is, because there probably are people searching for dog mugs, especially this time of year going towards Christmas. So definitely have keywords for that. But I think you would be more successful if you don't just target the people who are looking for dog mugs, but you target the people who are just obsessed with their dogs. That's what I would recommend. Yeah. Okay, is putting Insta or FB or LinkedIn links to pins if we don't have a website? So no, you can do that. So you can link to anything. I'd say that I just worry that when you link to social media, no, I think you can do that. You can absolutely link to anything. But with Facebook, for example, they probably have to log in, and maybe same with LinkedIn. So you're putting you're putting an additional step in the way. I know probably not with Instagram, that might be different. But I think with Facebook and LinkedIn, they might have to log in, because I was doing that for a client. One of hers was LinkedIn, and she wasn't really seeing like anything like a high conversion from it. And we think it's because people had to log in basically when they got to LinkedIn. So we're thinking about that. Okay, let's see. I need to post mortgage real estate pins. Yeah, so I think mortgage real estate would be, this sort of stuff would be good, because people are probably looking for like, actually a lot of information. So you could put like tips or strategies, or again, I think figure out what's the problem, who you're speaking to. If it's like first time home buyers, or if there's a specific problem when people are buying a mortgage for the first time, like put some tips on a bit of an infographic for them. So that could work. Or for this, do you have a freebie? Do you have like a free checklist for first time home buyers? In which case you could do something like this. Yeah. Okay. So that's 3. So 4 is actually, there you go. Use Pinterest to drive traffic to your social media, so that you can then go, if you're someone that's heavily on, so if you don't have a big presence on social media and you're not very active, then don't worry about this step. This is just one of the strategies that I would recommend if you're active on social media a lot, because you can nurture them on social media. So you could create pins that link back to your post. I'll give you an example of one that I did for Instagram. This was the Instagram reel that I did last year when I was talking about hitting 10k months and what I did, and I was trying to drive people over to a masterclass that I had. So I talked about that in there. So I created pins that were like this, how I went from a 2k month to a $12,000 month, and made pins like this that were almost like a mini advertisement for the social media. So if you're big on social media and you're creating a lot of content for social media, you could use Pinterest to drive traffic over to the place where you're nurturing people. What you want to think about, guys, is where am I spending a lot of time that I can nurture people? So I'm going to start really driving traffic to my TikTok, I think, from Pinterest, because I'm on here a lot. I go live. So if people come to my Pinterest page, I think I'm quite confident in being able to convert them into a follower and help them with what they need help with. So if you're not on social media, but you are in your emails a lot, then make email your main thing you want to drive traffic to. If you have like a private Facebook group, maybe drive people to the private Facebook group. If it's, again, they might have to log in. If you have a YouTube channel and you're really active on there, drive traffic to your YouTube channel. Like, think about where is the place where people will get to know me, where I can actually like connect with people. That's what I'd recommend. So back then for me, it was Instagram. Obviously that was about a year ago. That was last September. So that was a year ago. So obviously not on there anymore. And for those who are just coming in now or a bit late, I'm deleted Instagram in late July and haven't been back on there since. I haven't posted any content on there in a very long time, and my business has blown up because I've just been using Pinterest and TikTok. Okay, thank you for the follow, Alice had. Thank you. Let's see. Brilliant. Can you go back to page before? Was it this one? Is that the one you were looking at? Makes sense, thank you. Oh, got it, thank you. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Amy. So is it best to put the store link on social media? So you could do a mix of both. I'd say, I think it's good to mix up your links. So if you have a website, link to your website, you can link to your homepage, blog posts. If you have direct the actual sales or store link, you can do that. So for me, I've done links to my website, links to blog posts. I've done direct links to affiliate links, but I've also done direct links to my Stan store on some of mine. So I'd say mix up your links. Yeah. Okay, so we did that one. Okay, there we go. And then bonus tip, use Pinterest trends to get ahead of your competitors. Did I say 5 strategies and that was only 4? I apologize if so. Oh yeah, sorry. So one was use Pinterest pins to grow your email list. Is this the one that you were looking for, Elderberry? You said, could we see page 1, please? There you go. Use Pinterest pins to effortlessly grow your email list. Use infographic pins to become a credible authority in your niche. Repurpose social media videos to drive traffic to whatever page you need to drive traffic to. Use Pinterest to drive traffic to your social media. So those are the 4 strategies that I would recommend. And then bonus tip, use Pinterest trends to get ahead of your competitors. So if you go onto Pinterest analytics, you'll be able to see that there is oh, sorry, I'm just getting notifications from TikTok. I think this live is doing well. Oh, guys, I think I'm in I'm in some sort of league now. If you could double tap or share, I'd really appreciate it. It really, really helps me out. So thank you so much for everyone who's been liking. I've just seen we hit over 8,000 likes. I think that's the second most ever, which is amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for the heart. Thank you. So if you go onto Pinterest analytics, oh, thank you again. Thank you. Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. If you go onto, oh, thank you for the rose. Thanks, guys. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. You guys are all so kind. Honestly, you don't need to send me, I always feel like I have to say this, but you don't need to send me gifts. I really, really appreciate it. It's so kind of you. But honestly, just double tapping is means so much to me. But for those who sent gifts, honestly, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, right. So on Pinterest Analytics, there's a section called Pinterest Trends. And what you can do is, I'll zoom in on this bit so that you can see a bit more. You can search for keywords and it will actually not only give you suggestions of other keywords that are being searched for, but it will tell you over the past 12 months when there's been a spike. So this is one that I did for a client. I think it was Reiki healing. So we saw that during December, there was a massive spike for Reiki healing. And I imagine maybe that's because it's there's a lot of, there's probably it's a stressful time. People need to maybe have a little bit of time, healing time. Maybe people are prepping for January. But yeah, there was a massive spike. So something that you can do is go on and put in your keywords into the Pinterest trends bar and see, first of all, if it comes up with any other suggestions. Sorry, I probably didn't show that bit there. Let me get a bit closer to that. So for here, I searched for Reiki healing and it came up with somatic healing. I can't even see what that says. Track body goals, Reiki symbols, sound healing. So it comes up with other suggestions and it's also telling you when the spike is. So how you want to make sure you use this is use that trends tool, look at the spikes throughout the year, and then plan your pins 3 months ahead of the spike. So for Reiki healing, for example, if we know it's going to go crazy in December, then September, October time would be a really good time to get your pins out. Pinterest, you want to work 3 months in advance. So for anyone that is going to be selling stuff around Valentine's Day or Valentine's a key time for you, now is the time to post that Valentine's stuff because we're kind of going into December now. So you've got December, January, and then February. So Same with if it's Christmas stuff, then you want to start posting that around, September time. If you do something that's related to summer, like for example, one of my clients was a whiskey blogger, so making sure that we had summer cocktail recipes available and ranking in Google and in Pinterest for the summertime, it meant that we actually posted them in the spring, in March, April time. So it can take 3 months for Pinterest pins to kind of really get some good traction. Not always. And keywords obviously boost that, but I'd say definitely try and work 3 months ahead if you can. Okay, we will do some little questions now. Let me turn this around. That was day 1 of 5 days of training. So I'm super excited to do another 4 days with you. But for now, I'm going to sip my coffee and answer any questions anyone has. From anything related to the training that we just went through. So anything Pinterest related. And guys, don't forget, if you really want to go all in with learning this stuff, there's 2 opportunities that you can grab by the balls right now. There's the Black Friday bundle. There's actually 2. There's a TikTok. I've also got a TikTok option. If anyone's interested in TikTok, my TikTok my TikTok bundle is also on offer in Black Friday for £97. And that's 2, you get like 2 in-depth video trainings, and one of them is actually a video editing training. I literally screen recorded myself editing my TikTok videos to show you how to do it. So there's a TikTok bundle. That's £97. If you want to get the big Black Friday bundle, that features Pinterest to Profits 2.0, which comes with 6 months of support, Blogger Bootcamp, and the Freedom Funnel, which you can't buy anywhere else, by the way, unless you're in my private mentorship. All 3 of them for just $297 on the Black Friday deal. Or if you want all those 3 programs, and you're ready to go all in on working with me as your mentor for the first quarter of 2025, then you can come and join Pintalk Academy. It goes live in January, but you can secure a space today for 40% off, whether paying in full or doing a payment plan. There's different payment plans on there. Either way, you're going to get 40% off when you sign up today. And again, we start that in January, and I'm so excited for that, because it's teaching you Pinterest, TikTok, SEO, keywords, bit of blogging, ranking on Google, selling in emails, building an email list, creating lead magnets. Like, it's in depth. What I'd say is Pintalk is not for you if you're a bit of a dabbler and you just want to dip your toes in. Pintalk is for people who, you don't need to have any experience with this stuff. I am teaching you it, but it's for people who are, it's not for people who are just wanting to kind of like maybe just play around and experiment. It's for people who are like, I need 2025 to be the year that my business blows up, and I don't want to be posting on Instagram every day to do it. I'm looking for strategies that work and that don't take up all your time, and that, well, they'll take time to learn, but that once you've learned them and once you've got them set up, they work in the background. Like, that's my goal for Pintalk Academy, is for people to really be able to set up these systems and have all this content in place that works for you, unlike Instagram, where you are working for them for free, basically, which is what's happening on Instagram at the moment. Okay, let's see. Can you post earlier than 3 months? Absolutely. I'd say 3 months is the minimum, but absolutely. So, you could post stuff as next summer now if you wanted to, and that's going to give it plenty of time to get some traction and grow and to cement it with Pinterest, but I'd say minimum of 3 months. Minimal Branding Studio says, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Make sure you return tomorrow for, I'll have to go and find something else now because it was meant to be that split into 2, but I really appreciate everyone being on here and then turning up, and we'll do another one tomorrow. Could you talk a little bit about the 3 months ahead? Should I post it now? 3 months ahead planning. Should I post it now? Post whatever you want now. What I'm saying is that when you're coming to do your monthly, Pinterest scheduling, I would always recommend that you think about 3 months ahead if you can. So if you have products or services that spike at certain times of the year, just an example. So someone that I used to work with, she creates like digital templates for teachers. So she's an online English teacher, and she creates like products and digital templates for other online English teachers to help them manage their work, help them set homework, things like that. So what I said to her was, if you know that in September, when it gets really busy, when people are going back to school, people are like, oh my God, I need to grab stuff, start pinning to that in like June, July. Because that's right, isn't it? June, July, August, September, yeah. So just have a think about that going forwards. Now, if you've got a product coming out in the next few weeks and you're only just pinning to it now, still go and pin to it, because things can just suddenly take off, you never know. And it's keyword based, so it still will show up in searches. But 3 months gives you that time to get your pins really getting traction before the key time. Thank you for the follow, Travel Awkward. Love that name, by the way. Big Black Friday bundle is former mega bundle. Now, the mega bundle was just blogger bootcamp and Pinterest to Profits 2.0. This new bundle is also including Freedom Funnel Bootcamp, and Freedom Funnel Bootcamp isn't available anywhere else apart from my private mentorship. You can't buy it, and it was over £1,000 when I launched it. It was like initially a live program that I did. So you're gonna get that included as well. Elderberry says, how come you aren't on Insta? I think I missed that bit. Sorry if that's repetitive. It's not repetitive at all. I feel sorry for the other people who hear me tell this story a lot, but I'll just give you a brief overview. But it's not repetitive for me at all, don't worry. I deleted Instagram back in July off my phone because I felt like I was not seeing the results that I used to once upon a time. My content was not being pushed out to anyone new. My story views had hit an all-time low. I was mentally exhausted and drained. I was trying to do stories every day, post most days, and it was just depleting my energy. My mental health was not good. I got really sick in July, and I think I was just completely burnt out, really sick, really broke. I'd had my lowest month ever in the June. I think it was the June. I made £1,200 in the June. Now, I know that seems like a lot to some people, and it is a lot of money, but from a full-time business perspective, it's very little when a huge chunk of that is already outbound for paying to run the business. Then there's my personal actual bills and stuff, and I was left with, it wasn't even enough to cover all of my outgoings. So it was a really hard time, and I got really stressed out, and in July I got really sick, and when I was on my sofa in July downstairs, I realised how much I was enjoying not being on Instagram, and that I was almost using the fact that I was sick as like the perfect excuse. Like, well, I would post, but I'm so sick. And I was sick and I felt horrific. But I remember thinking, like, that's not right, that I'd rather be sick as a dog than be on Instagram. And I had this like poof, like brain, like just the light bulb moment where I was like, I should delete Instagram. If my business is all about teaching people SEO platforms like Pinterest, maybe I should just focus on that and prove it to people by going fully into Pinterest. And I had also dabbled in TikTok before. I had around 2,000 followers in the end of July. And I thought, what if I could take my Pinterest strategy and put it into TikTok as well, where the strategy is keywords, use keywords to show up in searches. And so I deleted Instagram. I started my free Telegram group, which you can go and join by link in my bio. And I asked people if they wanted to come and watch me over the next 30 days, try and double my visibility without Instagram. And I did. And I basically went into TikTok and TikTok and Pinterest, very niche, full head on. And my business has blown up since then. So as you guys probably see, I'm now on over 11,000 followers on TikTok. I've even got content, more content than before, ranking in Google because of Pinterest, and my TikTok videos are now ranking in Google as well. And I've gone from the 1,200 month to 6.5k month. It's just been insane, and it's really because of what I knew was the truth, which is SEO platforms are the way forward. They work, and Instagram is not an SEO friendly platform. Even if it says that it is, it's not. So I'm really glad that I separated myself from Instagram. The people that really mattered on there, they kind of followed me into my free Telegram group. So I still have them in my community, still have clients that come from Instagram, but I'm no longer promoting myself on Instagram, creating content for Instagram. I don't do any of that. I just focus on TikTok and Pinterest and email marketing. And that's kind of how Pintalk Academy was birthed, because everything that it's not just like 4 years of Pinterest knowledge and SEO knowledge in Pintalk Academy. It's also everything that I've learned for these past 4 months from separating myself from Instagram and just using SEO and email marketing to basically sell. And it's been amazing. So thank you for that question, Elderberry. Thank you. She says, what happens if your products are not ready for 3 months ahead? I'd say get them up as soon as you can, and I try and put up a lot of pins with a lot of keywords, i.e. my Valentine's product. When is the best time to promote those? I'd say if you can start putting them out now. If you don't have the product ready, I would do other things, like I'd drive traffic to, like, if you have the blog or your Instagram or your TikTok or somewhere else for now. But I'd still try and create like some content if you can. But if you don't have anything ready for it, just as soon as you can, get it up there. Inna D says, major takeout for me is not to bulk post, but need to do keywords properly before posting pins 3 months. Major takeout for me is not to bulk post, but do keywords properly before posting pins 3 months ahead. Yes, Keywords is, I want that to be everyone's key takeaway. Keywords is the most important part of this whole process. And obviously your pins need to look good, but keywords is so important. Yeah. If I'm just starting as a Pinterest manager, can I have a non-hosted blog to create content and links? Yes, I think so. I think that will be fine. Yeah. I think blogging is just the reason that blogging works, and for anyone that buys the bundle, does Blogger Bootcamp, you'll see blogging works because it buys loyalty. When you pin to something and it goes directly to a sales page, that can be fine, especially if someone's, for physical products, I think that works because people want that, like just give you the product. I think when you're selling services like a Pinterest manager, blog posts can work really well because you're almost storytelling and winning them over through content. Whereas if someone is going on a pin and then it says something like how to make your Pinterest blow up, and then it's taken straight to a sales page to book me as your Pinterest manager, it could be kind of like that. Whereas if it's like how to have your Pinterest blow up, and they go to a blog post where you talk about all the different Pinterest work you've done and you give examples and case studies, and then you say, do you want to work with me? You've built that trust and loyalty there. So I think a blog can be good for service-based businesses and people who sell digital products, and obviously affiliate marketers. I think product-based businesses as well, because they're getting to know your product and they're getting to know you. But I think it's more obvious for a product-based business to be able to click to have direct to a physical product, if that makes sense. Can you explain the post your social media videos on Pinterest more, please? Yeah, so Reels and TikToks can do really well on Pinterest. So what I recommend is either using something like repurpose.io, which is $25 a month, so about £20. Or manually downloading them all and uploading them, but upload Reels and TikToks as Pinterest pins. Again, you can upload them onto Tailwind, or you can just do it directly on Pinterest. Tailwind's probably better because you can put it onto multiple boards, but upload it and treat it like a Pinterest pin. So give it a pin title, give it a pin description, and then add the link that you would want to drive traffic to. So I'd say, yeah, post your videos on post your social media videos on Pinterest will boost your views, boost your visibility. It'll get people to know your face a bit more as well. Or if you have faceless, it still can get people to know your products more. But it's gonna really help you out. Again, it's not a must. I still think still images do better on Pinterest, but I know that. So here's what I think about it. You can upload still images or you can upload videos. And I don't think videos do very well, like custom made videos on Pinterest, but repurposed social media videos do. Okay, it says, with your Black Friday bundle, does it show you how to get started with Pinterest? Yes, so there's 3 different programs on there and they all cover Pinterest a bit, but Pinterest to Profits 2.0 is entirely how to get started, from setting up your profile, turning it into a business account, claiming your website, entire Pinterest terminology guide in there as well, making pins, optimizing pins, using Canva, using Tailwind Create, scheduling, keyword research, in-depth keyword research, ranking on Google. That's all covered in Pinterest to Profits 2.0. It's also covered in PinTalk Academy as well. But if you're looking for something now to get you started, I really recommend Pinterest to Profits 2.0, which is in the bundle. Thank you for the follow, Wendy. Welcome to the team. Let's see. Would it be 2 to 5 pins per day on each board? Example, 10 boards. Just 2 to 5 pins per day, and then they'll go on whatever board you feel suitable. But don't pin the same style pin or same link on the same day. So if I have 5 pins, but they're all going to my website homepage, I need to make sure they're not going out on the same day. So that could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or if I can have 5 pins I'm going to put up today, 1 to my homepage, 1 to my TikTok, 1 to my sales page, 1 to my stand store, 1 to something else. So you want to make sure that you spread it out a little bit. Again, there's tutorials on Tailwind in Pinterest to Profits 2.0. If you go to my profile and my Pinterest tutorials, I think I've done a video on there as well about it. Rihanna says, I agree with Insta. Not much happening that side for me too. So much engagement here on TikTok. Yes, TikTok is like, I am just obsessed with this platform right now. I love it because it's just brought me to all of you guys. I love this community. I feel like when I used to go live on Instagram, it was crickets. I was talking to myself. Maybe a few people would come on. And it was more of I'd go live and then I'd post the replay and I'd maybe get more views on the replay, but the actual live itself just didn't do very well compared to TikTok, where it's amazing. And that's because keywords, and when you go live on TikTok, you can put in keywords in your title or description if you're pre-registering, and that really helps. And obviously on TikTok I use keywords in my content, in my captions, everywhere, and that's what's really helped me to grow mine without posting every day. Eldora says, thank you so much. I feel that way too about my views over there. Yeah, it's insane. And I've been on Instagram for, I've been running a business now for around 4.5 years. Yeah, May 2020 is when I really started. And that entire time I've used Instagram. And then September 2020, so 4 years now, I've used Pinterest. And every time I would have a bad month in my business or a low month, which was a lot, like not a lot of cash coming in, not a lot of sales, I was always saying to myself, thank God for Pinterest. Like, what would I do if I didn't have Pinterest? Because Pinterest, there was always some sort of leads coming in or always some sort of money coming in. Even if it was only small, there was always something. Because my Pinterest pins, even from like the year before or something, would still be getting me traction and visibility. So the amount of times I've been like, I remember January 2023 being a big one. I don't know if I think I made the tiniest amount of money in my business, but had like over £1,000 come in from Pinterest, and from money that had come maybe through Pinterest from like affiliate marketing and digital products. And I remember just being like, thank God, because it was a tough month, January 2023. And that was actually when I became a Pinterest manager, because I was like, I should really just focus on Pinterest. And then I think it's just been a long journey from then to July this year to finally being like, okay, Instagram, time to break up because I'm just not getting anything from you. Do videos perform as well as images? Yes, I'd say repurposed social media videos do, but I still think still images do better. I wouldn't go and make like a custom video for a pin. Like, I wouldn't go on Canva and make a video graphic and post as a pin. I would either do still images or just repurpose my social media. What is the best schedule of Pinterest? And Tailwind. Tailwind, I'd say. There is other ones, but Tailwind. Thank you for the follow, Psychics. Thank you. Oh, Psychics, you're in good company. One of my clients who does really well on Pinterest is a psychic. She just had a $9,000 a month selling her digital course. And all the clients have come from Google, and we use Pinterest to get her ranking page 1 on Google. Shah says, following from this question, did I miss a question? Once products are ready, can you go back and edit pins? I would not recommend editing pins afterwards, because you lose the traffic that you've already had. You kind of lose the data. It's very weird. They basically treat it as a brand new pin. So if you've had like a pin go viral that's getting loads of views, if you go and edit the data, it kind of takes it back to 0. So I would not recommend editing pins after they're posted. Unless there's a big mistake on it and you need to take it down and delete it or whatever, but I wouldn't recommend editing them, no. See if I missed any questions there. Oh, wait, I've lost my place now. Hang on. Shanti, I love your response to that bit. No. Now hush, so we can focus on. That really made me chuckle. Shenshun, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the team. Thank you, Cynthia, for the follow. 90s sitcom watcher, same here. Welcome to the team. Thank you for the follow. What about beacons? It wasn't on your list of sites you can drive traffic to. Yes, you can drive traffic to that, absolutely. For sure. I should have put it on. I used to have a huge list of everything, but basically it's any website, yeah, unless it's like a dodgy website or spammy or anything like that. It's any kind of link that you can put in there. Sometimes with affiliate links, if it's a really dodgy looking link and it's super spammy looking, they won't allow it. But most links are fine to go out on Pinterest. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Mom Glow. Do you think it's worth me looking at starting a blog in how to start creating cake toppers? 100%. Yes, cake is huge on Pinterest. I know this because we were looking for my wedding cake earlier this year. I would say if that's your niche, making cake toppers, then for you, Demi, I would definitely create a blog post about it. I'd get yourself ranking in Google because I'm sure people are looking for that sort of stuff. And if you're going to be teaching people, here's how I'd monetize it. And obviously, if you sell, I don't know whether you sell your own cake toppers. If you do, then yes. Or I would have, I'd rent out ad space on the blog. Once the blog starts taking off and doing well, I'd sign up to Google AdSense and I'd rent out ad space on your blog. And that way, every time someone goes on to go and figure out how can they do it themselves, you're still going to make money. And I do a lot of different blog posts. I'd share your favorite cake toppers, your favorite DIY cake toppers, your favorite overpriced cake toppers that you'd never pay for, but you still like to look at. Like I'd come up with all these different posts and then look at like alternatives to cake toppers. Like there's so much that you could do with that. Is it harder to sell services on Pinterest, e.g. as a photographer? No digital products for now. No, I'd make sure to, if you're going to share obviously your own images, to watermark them all. But I would say I would, if I was you, I'd have something like a blog maybe, and I'd create content that was kind of like how to have the perfect photo shoot for yada, yada, yada. Give away free tips, give away some free advice, but always have a call to action on there to book a session with you. So that's what I'd recommend for a photographer. No digital products for now, but maybe you are going to do some. That sounds, I like that little, yeah, hopefully you're going to do some. Charlotte says to Shaz, you have me the inspo now, thanks for your question. Shante, that really made me laugh. Unfortunately, I need to go, but thank you so much, I've learned a lot. You're welcome, Mineral Branding, have a great day. Amazing, thank you. What's the benefits of ranking on Google and how do you rank number one? So using Pinterest and using keywords can help you rank number one, and how I've done it is, people think that you create a web page and then you pin to it a few times and then that's it. So for my web pages that I want to keep on number one, I'll still pin to them every month. So pages that I've had, things I've had number one on Google, I've made sure that every month I have fresh pins for it. Because every time someone clicks through on Pinterest, it sends a signal to Google that people are reading this and people are looking at it. And there's things called backlinks. Google looks for how many other websites are driving traffic to your website. So if people have saved my pins and they're clicking through to them, it's just sending a load of signals to Google. They're like, this is doing really well. And the keywords as well. So the more keywords, obviously there's the keywords on the page, but if all the pins have keywords in and they're driving traffic to it, it all, I'm not going to go into too detail now, but it all works in this way that basically helps you get ranking on that first page of Google. And the benefits are, well, let me ask you, if you go and look for something on Google, how often do you go past page one? Most people are going to stick to that first page, even that first top half of the page, to get what they want or to go and click through. Very rarely, I do occasionally, but very rarely will I go clicking through all the pages to find the answer. It's normally page one. Page one is the most trustworthy. We put our trust in the people who show up on page one. Struggling to find my niche. I'm a nurse on sick leave, worked in ER, mental health, drug dependency. I would go and check out my Get Paid on Pinterest bundle, Faye, because it comes with an ebook, and in that ebook, there's a whole chapter on finding your niche and creating. It's basically for people who are brand new to Pinterest and brand new to starting a business. And that ebook, it's called How to Make $5,000 per Month Online, and it's the entire thing is about trying to figure out like what business are you starting, how to start it, market research, what's your niche. It has a few different business ideas in there, how you can monetize it, how to make money online, and then also how to like use things like Standstore and Pinterest as well to grow it. So I'd really, really recommend that for anyone that's just starting out. Hey Jordan, Vivian says thank you so much. Oh, who just sent a gift? Thank you, Jordan, for the gift. Thank you so much. Have you tried Lemon 8 as well, since it's similar to Pinterest? I haven't actually. I've not tried it. I don't scroll to page 2 either, no. What's the most you've made in a month? So in my business, the most I've made in a month is £10,000. Since I've deleted Instagram and have just been, and that £10,000 was like this time last year, and then I struggled to get, and a lot of that came from Instagram, and I struggled to get back up to that, and I was just drained and exhausted. Since deleting Instagram and just using all of these strategies, Pinterest, TikTok, SEO, 6.5k is what I made last month, and I think we've definitely topped it, because this month so far we've still got a week to go. We're on around the same. If you look at my money tracker, for those who are in PinTalk and are going to be coming to the December call, I'm going to be sharing my kind of financial tracker with you so that you can. It genuinely does really help. I have a daily money tracker. I also have a goals tracker with targets and stuff. So we've already surpassed last month. Last month was a 6.5k. We've already surpassed that, and this is mainly all coming from, obviously I have client payments, making sales through Pinterest, TikTok, and email marketing. And I have a Telegram group as well, a private Telegram group, which brings in a couple of sales. Thank you so much. Beautiful presentation, by the way. You're welcome, Faye. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you liked it. I tried lemonade, couldn't figure it out. I'll have to look into it. but it looks very similar to Pinterest. Do you need Instagram as well? I don't have it, but I do use Pinterest a lot. No, this is welcome to this world, Faye, because this is entirely what my brand is about. We're not using Instagram anymore. We're done with that. Onwards and upwards. TikTok, Pinterest. I mean, you can just use Pinterest if you want, and you can just use Pinterest and SEO and Google if you wanted to, especially if you're someone that doesn't want to show your face on content a lot. I really think that Pinterest will work for people who want to do faceless marketing or a faceless brand. Pinterest is the perfect place for that. She's like, yes, thank God. Yeah, you don't need to show your face on Pinterest. It's not that kind of place. I'd say unless you're doing something like beauty or fashion, something very, maybe if you're like a coach, you know, if someone's going to invest, I think for beauty and fashion, maybe you kind of need to see. I think if you're a coach, you kind of want to have a face brand, because people are investing their money into you. So they kind of want to get to know you and see you. But I think for physical products, even affiliate marketing, digital products, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. And Pinterest is a really good platform for that. Is it better to focus on Pinterest traffic or Google? What takes longer? So I would say focus on Pinterest, because Google comes hand in hand with it. When I started on Pinterest, I did not have any intention whatsoever to be on Google. It wasn't. It happened by accident, guys. I'm not even joking. It happened by accident. My sister at the time said, you should join Google Search Console. And so she set me up on it initially. And I was like, what is this? It's just going to show if you're showing up in any Google searches. So I was like, okay. So signed up to it. And then I think like after the first month, I got like a message and it was like, you showed up in like 30 Google searches. And I was like, what? And my client, my private Pinterest client who I just started with last week, she messaged me like a screenshot of it, because they email you every month going like, you showed up in this many Google searches last month. And we only started about 3 weeks ago. And she messaged me a screenshot like, I've already been in 5 Google searches. And I was like, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. That number is so small compared to where you're going to go. And so, my example, my client Brandy, who I talk about a lot, she's a psychic mentor who just had the 9K month. We've used Pinterest to get her ranking on Google. So most of her sales come from Google. A 9K month, and that was from 3 sales, from 3 people finding her on Google and signing up for her $3,000 product. Insane. So I say go with Pinterest, because a kind of accidental part of using keywords on Pinterest and a good SEO and keyword strategy is that you'll rank on Google as well. What was your biggest loss and why did it happen? Lost. What was your biggest loss? Do you mean like lost in income or just lost generally? So I would say my biggest loss was, I'd say in May this year, I had an $8,000 month, which is about 5 to 6K or something. After a couple of months of it being, I finally got it up again, and then the following month it just dropped down to 1,200. And again, even though I was burning myself out on Instagram, and the people, the $8,000 months, about 5 to 6K had come from people that were already kind of in my world or some that I'd worked with before. So it wasn't even like they were new people that came from Instagram. And then that was the moment in June when I had that low month that I was like, something's got to change. And no one new is finding me. Like absolutely not. I need new people. I need new people to come into my world if I want to scale my business and grow my business without burning out. And that's when the whole let's delete Instagram thing came to me, when I was sick downstairs on the sofa. And I was like, I just had this epiphany. Honestly, I genuinely think it was a sign from spirit, higher self, saying to me, like a message that was like, you need to get off Instagram. Look how sick you are. You're actually physically sick. You need to get off Instagram. Is it better to focus on Pinterest? Oh, we've done that one. Okay. Oh no, sorry, we've got some more questions there come through. If you're doing beauty on Pinterest, does it have to be product based? No, you could do affiliate marketing for beauty for sure. That would be massive. You could be a content creator, beauty influencer, beauty content creator. I mean, I think there's digital products for everything. So I'm pretty sure there's probably a digital product that you could do for the beauty world, whether it's like keep an inventory of all the different products that you have. But there's probably something there. Is there a limit on how many pins we can post per day? I want to bulk import 3,000 pins. So if you do it through Tailwind, you could upload 3,000 pins and then you tell Tailwind, this is how many I want to put out per day. And you type it in. And when you get to like 45, it comes up with a red spam mark going, spam warning, we don't recommend this. So I'd say keep it below 40. That's still quite high. I'd say keep it around 30 to 40. But if you have, I'm really bad at math. If you have 3,000 pins and you do 30 a day, then what's that, like 1,000? No. 300 days. I'm terrible at maths. So you can upload them into Tailwind. Tell Tailwind I want to have 30 pins going out per day, and then it will organically put them into a nice schedule for you. And then you've just done 3,000 pins in a few hours. Great idea. Thank you for the follow, Theawood. Oh, sorry, the Wood and Gift Company. Thank you. I have a furniture business and may need your assistance. Currently see 30k revenue per month from Pinterest, but I know it has more potential. Okay, amazing. Definitely drop me a DM if that's something, if you're looking for more private work. But yeah, there probably is. It's with something like that, I'd have a look at like the keywords and see what keywords you're using, see what the style of Pinterest pins are using, and see how we could probably get you in more searches and get more click-throughs. But that's amazing. If so, that's incredible. Wow, 30k per month. So people are always asking about like, how much money can you make? See the potential? That's insane. We have amazing return customers, but we need to be seen by new woodlanders too. Okay, yeah, so Pinterest would work really well for you then, because it's going to get new people in front of you. Same with TikTok, new people in front of you. And there's nothing wrong with the returning customers. We love returning customers. Like, I love my returning clients. I love them. But if I want my business to grow, you have to be bringing in more people, and you have to be visible in front of other people. Shaz says, IG burned you out. That's the problem, mentally and physically. Yes, like that's why, honestly, I was so sick on my sofa in July, like just so exhausted, but was so relieved that I didn't have to create Instagram content. And I was like, that is telling me something. That is really telling me something. Because I just felt like I had a mini flashback of it then, and it almost made me shudder thinking about that disappointment when you put in work into content and no one sees it and it doesn't go anywhere. And I never have that on TikTok ever. And on Pinterest, even if a pin doesn't do very well, because you'll upload a load of pins and I'd say probably a third of them will be the ones that take off. I didn't spend hours creating that Pinterest pin. It probably took me a few minutes, if that, and it's still helping towards my views. So yeah, Elderberry says, yeah, Shaz, I feel that way too. I've not focused on Pinterest, but I'd like to. Yes, get on it. The Woodland Gift and Company gets on it. In a date, 900 a month. What is in like, that's what you've made? That's amazing. See, guys, there's so much potential in here. Thank you. Your content was so useful. You're welcome. Thank you for the follow, World KDJ. Welcome to the team. I agree. We feel like the best kept secret of a gifting business. Oh, I love that description as well. I love that. Okay, you definitely need to get on Pinterest. Definitely. Agnes about Instagram says it's never ending and only getting worse. It is. I honestly feel like I think that's why I'm so proud to be on this mission now and so enjoying this mission. Even though at first I was like, oh, I don't want to just be known as the anti-Instagram girl. Now I'm like, no, I want to be known as that, because I feel like more and more people are seeing the light, and Instagram is getting worse and worse. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. It's just going to keep getting worse. So get out now where you can. And so even if you don't want to get out now and you're still going to be on there, please go and set up these things. Set up Pinterest, set up your TikTok, use keywords, but also, guys, set up an email list, because if all of these things can be taken away from you. You don't own your Instagram, you don't own your TikTok, you don't own your Pinterest. You own your website and you own your email list. And the email list, if everything got taken away from you tomorrow, if you have your email list, you have direct contact to the people who want to hear from you. So it's so powerful. Right, I might have to wrap up in a minute, guys, because I actually haven't had my breakfast. I've got pin work to do for a client today. Sorry I didn't hear, but will the presentation be available? Yes, so I'm going to put this on my YouTube, I think. So if you go to my YouTube channel, it's just Digital Priestess, and subscribe. I'll put up the replay later today. I'll binge your content. Thanks for striking a chord. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, that makes me so happy. Thank you. And welcome to the team. Welcome to the community. I'll be back on live tomorrow. I'm going live every day this week at 8:30 a.m. to do a mini training. So make sure everyone comes back tomorrow. What's the biggest misconception when it comes to this business and being successful? I think a big misconception, and this kind of ties in what I was saying about Pinterest, is that being successful equals thousands and thousands of followers. And that's why I like Pinterest, because I've never had a big following on Pinterest, and yet I've had like hundreds of thousands of views every month and thousands of click-throughs. And I think that's also social media. It's a general misconception that you need to be this super famous person to have a successful business, and you don't. You can have 100 followers and still be having success and having people. And I think that also a big misconception, it's all about social media, when I think what I'm proving is that like I could be nothing or no one on social media, but I still have content on page 1 of Google, and that's really powerful. Agnes says, that's why next year I want to change my strategy and join PinTalk. Yes, Shaz, I am so excited that you are inside of PinTalk. I've just seen that we've had someone else sign up for it as well. Amazing. This is insane. I'm so excited for PinTalk. I cannot wait to start it. For a Pinterest manager, how to use email list. Build an email list and then send people tips, free advice, and sell to them in the email. Klaviyo now generates 70% of our sales. Email list is so effective. Yes, okay, that's good, Shaz. I know that you're going to be doing Klaviyo. Klaviyo is really good for people who sell physical products and do retail. I've used it before for a client and it was amazing. Super easy to use as well. Okay, what time does your daily live session start? 8:30 tomorrow morning. Tomorrow I have a call at 10:30, so I'll only be doing 8:30 till 10 tomorrow, so I'll try and keep it like a mini training, and then the rest of the days it's going to be 8:30. Okay, I am going to wrap it up there though. Wow, 16,000 likes. That is insane. We've had so many people on. Thank you so much everyone for joining this training. If you want to go and learn more about working with me, the Black Friday bundle or PinTalk Academy, go to the link in my bio. Super excited to, I've seen we've got some new YouTube subscribers come through as well. This has been amazing. I'll see you all tomorrow bright and early at 8:30 a.m. Don't miss it. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to try and plan something today for us, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye. Have a great day. Have a great Monday.